I wish I knew how to quit you.
Then why don't you?
You're listening to Codependent Content, the podcast where we discuss the TV shows, movies, books, and video games in which we share an unhealthy relationship.
I call you a small, petty man, screaming and pissing with fear as they load you on the tongue.
My name is Mattias. Join us as we try to unravel the characters, stories, and worlds that we are entangled with. Because just when we think we're done with content, it draws us back in. Welcome back, Morgan.
Hey.
My name is Mattias.
Hi, I'm Morgan.
And this is Codependent Content. This week, we are talking about Foundation, Season 3, Episode 9, The Path That Chooses Us. The penultimate episode of the season, Morgan.
Yeah.
Second to last. Usually good things happen, and things did happen this week.
Are they good things, though?
Some things happened. But yeah, that's what we're talking about. Welcome to our show. This is the first time we're talking about the show immediately after.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know this, usually Mattias and I watch separately anytime between 6 p.m. Thursday and sometimes as late as the morning of Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we reconvene and record whenever it's convenient for our schedules. I am going out of town tomorrow morning for a weekend, for a wedding. So we literally posted up at my place, set the recording stuff up, watched together right at the stroke of 6, well, a little later than 6, when Apple TV released it, and then walked to the garage, and here we are.
Yes. That is correct.
Fresh on mind.
Great for everyone who likes to get the podcast a little bit early, assuming that I edit this at a reasonable time.
Of course.
Bad for me because I didn't get to watch the episode twice. So my notes are scattered. Who knows what this episode's going to be like and if we're going to even remember everything that really happened.
We'll get there.
So please forgive us if there's a few fudged details there.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
Quotes or anything like that, but we're diving straight in, so to speak. Well, actually, we're not going to dive straight in. We should talk about things that have been happening this past week. Morgan, force things forced.
Do the foist things.
First things first, Morgan. We've talked a lot about Magnifico. The Mule, who's who, that kind of thing.
Yes, sir.
I'll be completely honest. I did not expect when that baby showed up in the flashback that it would be significant. I know we talked about maybe Magnifico's the brother of the
I think
Mule
it's Magnifico.
or whatever. Sure. I didn't think we were going to see that sibling again. But boy, oh boy, Morgan, has every single white actor this season been presented as a possibility for that sibling of the Mule.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I had no idea it was going to be that big of a deal. So Morgan, I would love to go through each white character that we have this season and just what is the validity of the truth of who the sibling is, if it's possible.
Fair enough.
Could it be?
Who do you
that
want to
kind of thing.
Who do you want to start with?
Let's start with one that is surprised to me. Harry Seldon.
He's obviously the
Is
brother.
Harry Seldon the brother of the Mule, Morgan?
100% yes. Without a doubt. Obviously.
I don't even know how to be sarcastic about this. I really don't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Now, if you think about it, there's
the guy who was born hundreds of years ago. Now, to be fair, we don't know when the Mule was born. To be completely fair.
Yeah.
People time travel in this show.
People cryo freeze.
But the person that was born hundreds of years before is being touted as possibly the brother of the Mule. What say we? What's our scale? Is this a thumbs up, thumbs down? Is this 0%?
0 to 5?
What's the percentage?
Yeah. How do you want to do this?
I guess if we could put a percentage to it, sure. I guess. Do you have a percentage?
100.
Stop it.
I'd say
You're derailing me already.
I would say less than 1%.
I wouldn't even.
Non-zero.
You're saying non-zero.
Less than 1%.
I got to give it 0.
But non-zero.
There's like 0% chance for me.
Here's the reason I think it's a less than 1% chance.
Absolutely.
The only interaction we get with Harry and the Mule is actually not Harry. It's Harry's AI. And Harry's AI keeps saying there's something about his story that doesn't add up in a way that the real Harry would know. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that like plot writing wise, that is the way of the writers being like, we teased it, right? Like we whispered it because it's Harry's AI who's saying it, not actual Harry. And we've already established that Harry's AI doesn't know everything, has real gaps in his knowledge.
Yeah.
So am I saying that I would like this, that we've been given other clues, that I think it's likely? Absolutely fucking not. But I don't think it's literal 0.
Got it. Okay. I will take that. I'll be honest.
I mean, I'm being
might
sincere.
as well, if someone else is thinking it, we might as well figure out why.
Yeah.
And that seems plausible, at least non-zero.
On to the next one. Who else are we going to talk about?
Let's just, Magnifico.
Very likely, in my humble opinion.
Very likely.
I would say over 90% chance.
But why? Because they're both bald, right?
A, they're both bald. Sure.
That's it.
B, I think that there's like brotherly energy in the way that he kind of Magnifico talks about him and the love he has for him.
Yeah.
I know that's like the coercion thing, but he's like, we've never shown Magnifico in a time before he knew the Mule, right?
Yes.
In a way that it could have been like a childhood thing where he was just indoctrinated into the fold of his influence or whatever.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, like, I think we like, especially from this last episode, without getting into anything from the episode yet, because we haven't talked about spoilers, we may do, but I think that this most recent episode also kind of tries to paint Magnifico as like not only is he under the Mule's influence potentially, maybe that's not the case, that might be a mislead, but also they're trying to say like, it's not his fault, that he couldn't help but be influenced by him in a great way. And that to me is like, right, it would be very, very strongly supported by like, they have a childhood trauma bond.
Yeah.
They had to figure out together how to get through the world parentless.
Yeah.
And the Mule raised him, right? I can like, that's a very classic trope of like, even though this guy's evil and does all these bad things, I owe him everything because he saved my life. So yes, that plus the fact that, you know, they've alluded a million different times at how powerful Magnifico is and how they're codependent, kind of.
Sure.
I think he's the most likely one for me.
Most likely one. That's what we said. Yeah.
I'm not saying it's necessary, but I'd say 80,
and again,
90%.
assuming that there is that connection, which we've all been theorizing and assuming. For me, it's about 80%.
Okay, we're similar on this one.
I mean, it's also a question of like, is the Mule, is that his story or is that actually Magnifico's story? And then the Mule is actually the sibling. There's like a lot of things there, like in terms of like what is true about the story, like and what it could be. It's not quite, it's 100% like he's involved with the Mule, but 80% whether or not that kid even matters.
Yes.
Which I don't even know if it does, right?
I mean, I want to make sure we get to go through more cast members and how they could potentially be related to the Mule or not.
Sure.
But I just think it's also important to mention at this point that like another fun thing for us to theorize on, and maybe we'll have time to do that later in the episode, is twice, maybe 3 times now.
Yeah.
AI Harry Seldon has been like, something about his story doesn't add up.
Yeah.
And I think it's about time for us to start theorizing on what doesn't add up about the Mule story. Because God damn it, have they given us enough time to think about it?
I mean, I think we have theorized about it, but yeah, we'll get there
I
for
think
sure.
Given the context of this latest episode, we should be able to put some serious stabs at it, though.
Sure. Let's see. So another. I don't even know worth mentioning. Not even this. Like for some reason, I think even Gaal has been mentioned. Could Gaal be
100%?
No.
No, Gaal is absolutely not.
Even look. Listen,
I will be
skin tone aside.
0%.
Skin tone aside. which I guess could be faked in a vision of an
And
unreliable
timelines
narrator,
aside.
right? It's the timeline, right? It's like we know her origin. So the fact that
Exactly.
anyone,
and we know her planetary origin, not
Yes.
just her
That's the
date
thing.
origin.
Yeah, we know exactly,
but
and her religion.
We have shown her
Yep.
her childhood and how she's from the water world
Absolutely.
and not from the Foundation world, right? No, we get it. I agree. I'm
So
with
yes, that there's no connection
0%.
there. But for some reason, people have been like, "Who is?" It's like you forgot the first 2 seasons, but.
you. Hey, maybe
I
people
get
don't
it.
watch
You know,
everything.
weirder things have happened in comic books, I guess. Torin.
100%.
Wait, hold on. So you're telling me, Morgan, you're the commenter that's been putting all these theories out there in my comments.
Thanks for having us, guys. See you next week.
We've discovered the truth.
I made a
Torin,
massive
what are the
mistake.
chances? What are the chances that Torin, we know, not affected by the mule?
Yes.
Uh,
Or yeah.
around the same age, probably.
Yes.
As the guy, you
Same
know,
timeline.
definitely younger. He is younger than the mule, the sibling. Which do we know if the sibling is a boy or girl? I think it's just a sibling, right?
I remember boy in my head.
I thought so.
That could also absolutely me just being like, at that time, I thought it was Magnifico.
Maybe, yeah.
So I decided to
Who
see
knows?
the kid as a boy. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So I'm saying sibling because we're not exact. I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure, but to me that puts the possibility at about 35%.
I'm going to go way less. I'm
Okay.
going to say 5%.
5%.
And here's why.
Yeah.
I think if they were siblings,
Yeah.
if they had that trauma bond,
Yeah.
from that, even if from that moment,
Yeah.
the flashback where we see the mule's childhood, where he kills his parents and picks
Mm-hmm.
up the baby on the shore, even if that was the last moment that the mule saw that baby, which
Yeah.
I don't think is the implication at
Sure.
all,
Yeah.
even if that was the last moment, I still think when Torin walks into the club
Yeah.
and is physically in the presence of the mule,
Yes.
and they have that interaction,
Absolutely.
one of the two of them would sense something.
Sure.
And there's nothing reciprocal.
Yeah.
There's no tinge of, I felt this energy before. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, it's just, so I honestly, I literally think it's more likely that Harry is
Sure.
that than Torin.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and we know again Torin's origin, so to speak.
Yeah.
We know his lineage as a Mallow and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And there doesn't seem to be any indication that the Mallow, though he's had plenty of bastards, apparently, according to Randu Mallow. There's a lot of possibilities of the lineage being passed on somewhere. Fuckboy, as you mentioned, the Mallow clan.
Hey,
Run strong.
hey, that was the Torin of episodes 1, 2, and 3.
but he's descended from.
I mean, he is for sure a long line of fuckboys, but he's come up.
Yes,
He's
absolutely.
taken some responsibility.
Yeah.
He's a real one now.
He's very loyal.
Yes.
Again, get to that. So we know his lineage enough to know that he's not, can't possibly. So I think for me, that 30% comes
that's
from the fact that
huge.
like we don't know exactly where the lineage goes because there's no direct line, and it could, and even though he is a Mallow, it could have been passed through. I don't know.
Okay, you're being
It's like,
nice here.
I'm being
You're-
generous.
You're
right?
saying 30. Your words are saying like
It's
5
definitely
to me.
not. It's definitely not.
But yeah,
It's
okay.
definitely not.
Who else?
I think we can skip Empire because there's absolutely
Really?
no way. I mean,
Really?
they're the only other white passing males, I will
Okay.
say. But I mean, come on. Do you think?
I hear you.
do you,
Having
do you
said
really
that,
think?
100%. No, it's not Empire.
Thousands of years these guys have
No,
reigned, and
I don't even want to talk about Empire being his brother. No way. I'm just racking my mind for any other white guys in the show. I mean, there's a lot.
yeah.
Are people talking about the first speaker?
No, that has not been
Good old Troy?
thrown around.
Okay.
Last one that has been thrown around quite a bit.
Oh,
I'm
Who am I
actually
forgetting?
really surprised. Beta Mallow.
Oh, so white person, but we're not
White
a male.
passing,
Okay.
but not male. And
Wow.
again, we don't know. Was it gendered?
Yeah.
Was the sibling gendered? I
Was
don't
the baby?
recall.
Yeah.
I will be honest. At first, I was like, absolutely not. No way. Maybe 0.5%, as you said, whatever. the more I thought about it,
Yeah.
the more I was like, what do we know about Beta? Because we know she came from a planet that was not the greatest, that she had to work her way up the ladder, so to speak. Her last name, while not Barton or Barlow or whatever whatever that sibling was left with, is because of marriage that they've harped on so often, the marriage thing.
Yes.
That she would have had to change her name to Mallow, and we don't know what her actual name was.
Okay.
Again, around the same age, that kind of thing. And also been spared, so to speak, by the Mule, and now captured by the Mule and being kept for some reason.
Yeah.
Gives this a solid 60% for me.
60? I love this.
It's hard to argue with. It's hard to argue with as a theory.
No, you're making strong points.
I don't like it.
I'm not pushing back.
I don't want it to be there.
Obviously,
I didn't think this was a significant thing whatsoever. And I was like, why? Why does it matter if Beta? But now that I think about it, we don't really know.
I mean, okay, so your number is different than mine. I would say Beta as the sibling of the Mule, probably closer to like 100%. Okay, but actually, all my bullshit aside, I was going to say closer to like 50%.
Okay.
I think that like if it's not Magnifico, she's my runner-up pick for two reasons. All this shit with Magnifico being like, I just like her and whatever. I'm like, ooh, so maybe, right, whatever that Magnifico is obsessed with in the Mule, he also sees in her, right? And that love that he has, that he's obsessed with, or is like, you know, submissive to the Mule. He also feels that a bit with Beta. That's one. The other big point is, and I'm reading deep here. Okay. But like at the beginning of this week's episode, one of the clips they decided to use that didn't come up at all in the fucking episode. It was almost as if the writers of the show were like, hey, we don't have time to touch this, but we need to keep this in your fucking brain. Was Beta in the room with the Mule and
Dawn.
Dawn. Yeah. And she goes, good Empire.
Okay.
You're okay. Kind of soothing him into like, and lulling him into like this submissive kind of like hypnotic state in a way that I was like, yo, that's the same shit that the Mule does.
Okay. So you're positing that if this were true, because I'm assuming that whoever the sibling is doesn't know about it. Like is operating in the fact that they don't know that they're the sibling of the Mule.
Right.
But that posits that she would know.
Oh, very much. Yes.
And that she's working with the Mule.
Oh, obviously, because the whole plot line, right, is that she takes the Mule's associate, who's very powerful, Magnifico, pulls him away from the Mule in a guise to look loyal, and really puts the second most powerful dude in the Mule's universe in direct contact with all the most vulnerable people in Foundation. Right? Masterful plan.
Okay, speculation corner has come early this episode,
guys,
because I'm losing my mind over here. I hate this so much, but I only hate. I hate it because I don't know. I don't want Beta to. You're telling me that she's a bad guy. That she's. Do you think she's in control? Some people have asked this in comments, and I'm like, again, like, no, please don't do this to me.
Oh, don't break Mattias, guys.
As a Tauren fan too, like, don't do this to Tauren. Like, what do you? No. So you think that is she in control of the Mule, or is she just working with?
Working with.
Okay.
If it's true, again, I'm going to take a step back. Number one, most likely Magnifico is the other player. Number two is Beta. I'm saying if Beta is the counterpart or the sibling or whatever, right? It makes sense that she would kidnap Magnifico and that the Mule would, let them get away and says, they'll be back. Everything that's preordained happens. And then she just happens to introduce Mr. Dangerous, hypnotic DJ man.
You guys,
to all the most vital people in Empire, while also capturing fucking Dawn and luring him into the Mule's grasp. Like, I'm just saying, it's not impossible.
I don't. You don't.
Opportunistic influencer wife somehow cares so much about her husband. Really, maybe it was more about that.
I'm gonna be so heartbroken for Torin if this comes true. This is not. Don't do that to me. You guys have been in my comments saying how important Beta is, and I'm like, yes, this is great. I love it and stuff. But if it turns out that she and Magnifico and Elza are all working for the Mule and this whole thing, oh my god. Also, great character and great twist. To be fair, be completely awesome. Fair, amazing. I would forgive the entire season if something as huge as that happened. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think the show has ever done anything like this. But that would be wild to give me the red herring of Magnifico for the entire fucking season. Everyone to be commenting about the possibilities and the theories and stuff, and for me to be like, absolutely not. There's 100% chance it could be this, and there's 0% chance it could be her. And for them to do that to me, I would be so pissed off. And also very, 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 what's the word I'm looking for?
Surprised?
Not surprised.
Heartbroken.
Not excited. No. I'd be like good for, very proud of them to have done that.
Impressed.
Impressed. Very impressed.
Yeah.
For them to have done that. Not that I'm like the smartest crown in the box, but that would be super impressive. Yeah. If they were to do that, if they were to deceive all of us and to do that.
Man, it's gonna fuck you up so much if Beta's the bad.
You're having way too much fun with this. So our ranking of the sibling is Magnifico first, Beta second, Torin third.
I think so.
And then Harry is last. And
Gaal, Gary,
right?
Yeah, Gaal, Harry. I mean,
this is definitely, And everyone else is like, stop submitting people, because everyone apparently that is white and not has been said to be the Mule's brother or sister, and it can't be everyone. And so
I agree, it can't be everyone. No arguments there.
Well, I guess we shall see next week. More feedback and things. It seems that last week's episode, we have a lot of people kind of agreeing with us on a lot of our thoughts. Not a whole lot of disagreement, so to speak. A lot of good conversations happening. I always love people getting in the comments and helping me to understand like what I'm watching and what we should be caring about and stuff like that.
Sure.
One of the things though that's happened, Morgan, that I really just want to address, and we're going to get serious for a second here, is we made a post that was very critical about Foundation 2 and Gaal as a character.
Yeah.
We've not been secretive about our, I guess, distaste for some of the Gaal storyline, right? That's not to say we don't like the character, at least for me. I don't want to speak for everyone, but for me, it's not that I don't like the character, but I don't like the direction that it's taken. Mm-hmm. And some people have gotten in our comments and taken that as a means to jump onto that criticism and while also saying it's a female character, and how can you put a female character in a male role? It's because she's black. It's because all the actresses in the show are bad, all those kind of things. And the most misogynistic things that I've ever heard in my comments. And it's frankly disturbing and disappointing, and I hate it.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I hate all of it. I want to be very, very clear on here. One of the things I try really, really hard to do, you've seen it with The Last of Us, you've seen it with everything else, is that I never, ever want to, hate on an actor. It's 90% never the actor's fault. And definitely, I support women and I don't hate women. Yeah. And we don't hate women.
Agree.
We are not here to shit on female characters. We will have criticisms of a show and directions that things get taken, especially when female characters could be written better.
Sure.
And in support of that, I have no problem
Yeah.
with having female protagonists or any of those kinds of things. And I think anyone who does have a problem with those things, and I guess has a problem with gender bending or any of these kind of stuff or whatever you want to call it, like, just don't watch this podcast.
Yeah.
Don't listen to it.
I mean,
I am not here for that. I support women in all of our media. I want to see more women representation. The fact that we have so many is great for this show. It's one of the highlights of this show.
Sure.
I don't hate Gaal. Gaal is a character that I have loved. I loved their fish out of water storyline in season 1 and how it progressed in season 2 and became a little bit more powerful. I don't like it this season, but I've liked it in the past. This is not about that. It is not about having a female protagonist whatsoever, or about hatred on Gaal or hatred for the actress.
But
and
that's
not all the actresses are bad on the show. How dare you?
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ. Demerzel's that performance is insane.
It's like just really weird. Yeah.
It's probably, maybe, if not probably the best performance on the show.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, that sucks. Bummer. It's wild to me that we even have to say this, but being critical of a plot line or of a character's development is not the same thing as being critical of their gender. I am, or being critical of the gender of the actor cast in the role, right? Or of what, I mean, gee, I can't even believe we got to spell this out, but it's like, come on, we'd be saying the same shit if Gaal was a man. It has nothing to do with gender and everything to do with the fact that we're like, hey, we just want to see more scenes. I mean, I think last week it was rooted mostly in, we want to see more scenes of them being more human, right?
Yeah.
We get plenty of Gaal the mathematician, Gaal the psychohistorical genius.
Yeah.
We want to see Gaal's day-to-day a little more.
Mm-hmm.
That would be true if it was a 75-year-old man, a 12-year-old boy, a 60-year-old woman, right? It's like, that's just such a bummer that people hear you be critical of a woman.
Yeah.
Even though it's not being critical of a woman, it's being critical of the way they're writing the character.
Yeah.
And then jump onto that and decide, oh yeah, this is my time to say, oh, these women suck. It's like, get the fuck out of here, dude.
This is a thing that we encounter on the internet. This is a thing that like happens, right?
Yeah.
I've been very clear about how we talk about things. I've been very specific about how I talk about things. All my co-hosts on the show, I've made sure to like help to understand like where they're coming from so that we know how we're talking about things and why we're talking about things. Our goal here is to be very analytical, to look deep into these characters, to fish out the best that they can be, right? This is how they're presented. And we try our best to bring that analytical side to like all types of characters. Like that's the goal here. And I just want it to be very, very clear here that our goal is not to hate on any specific race, gender, or nationality, or cultural, or any kind of thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
That's not what we're about here, but we want to bring like a critical eye and an analytical eye to the shows that we're watching because we love these characters.
Yeah.
You know, the reason we are so critical sometimes is because we love these characters and we love the shows or whatever. And that's what we want to do. And I have to be careful about how we talk about these things because the internet exists. And sometimes if you say the wrong thing or say it the wrong way, someone will take it as, yes, I agree. And then their bias and problematic opinions will come out and put us alongside that. And I definitely run the risk of doing that anytime I talk about content, but that's not what we're about. Like at the end of the day, I know it's kind of cheesy to say, but we're here for empathy and we're here for love and acceptance. And this is what I want the podcast to be about. And I don't want to associate with those kinds of people in my comments. You know, I will sometimes be negative and it's really hard for me to be negative. And I try not to be negative about things whenever I can be. And because of this, because I don't want this to happen. But I definitely don't want that kind of negativity like in my comments.
I think it's good to say.
It's really frustrating. And I hope people feel welcome to be here, to talk about the show and to be a part of it. Like, this has always been that place. And we saw it with The Last of Us, how the controversies abound. We will find something to love about it. And people came to the show because we are showcasing that. And we're not just being constantly like negative and bigoted or any of these synonyms that you might have towards things. And that's what we want to try to bring to those things. At the same time, we'll be a little bit analytical and we'll try and, sometimes we might be critical.
Strong agree, dude.
I mean, hopefully it's not those kind of things.
This is, the whole reason that you and I like sitting down to do this is because we like talking about things that we love.
Yeah.
And I think we can say, I feel comfortable saying that as Foundation as a show, I love it.
Yeah.
High sci-fi, crazy acting performances, big questions about what the role of AI is, what a government that has extended far beyond what is a reasonable reach has control over, right? Mm-hmm. Things are timeless and really, 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 really like important to talk about today. And so if we're critical, it's because we love it, right? You and me aren't sitting down having podcasts over fucking Law and Order, right? It's like because we love it. And even then, if you want to hate on stuff, that's not our vibe. But also, man, there are 10,000 fucking places you can do that on the internet every fucking day.
Yeah.
And this isn't that.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Just know, like, that's not what we're here for. And if you want that, very well. Yeah. On your way. There are an abundance of mediums and spaces and places for you to do that. It's not here.
Yeah. I do know that half of our subscribership is women, so that always brings me a lot of joy.
I didn't know
over
that.
half of our subscribership or following or whatever. Now, the viewership of the TikToks and the clips and stuff and the podcast recently has skewed more male, so it's a very male skewed show. But women, I know you're out there. I know a lot of you subscribed because of, say, Yellow Jackets or The Last of Us, any of those things. And I still want you here. So if you enjoy sci-fi and you want to get in the comments, please do, because I encourage it. And I and know that I don't. And I will also be clear when things don't pass the Bechdel test, when there are underutilized women and underwritten and things like that, and never in a way to like hate on those characters. It just comes from the fact that like we are still terrible at writing female characters, you know? So definitely get in the comments if you have like actual criticisms of those things. And I just want to see some positivity. I want to see more women. I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you are here. Sorry. Had to get that out there. I don't want to seem like I support misogyny, and I hope that doesn't happen at all. I hope people are not getting that from the comments or anything. So it rubbed me the wrong way. Totally. So sorry for being serious for a little bit. I think that brings us to, we can start getting into the episode though. So again,
we're talking about spoilers.
Yeah. So talking about spoilers. This is we have not read the books, but
we refuse to read them.
We're not going to
until the show's over.
People are still mad at me for not reading the books, and I'm like, I really don't give a shit. Sorry,
guys. I mean, if
you're making me not want to read the books, to be completely honest.
Yeah. Also, if you're watching the podcast, or at least the clips, like, what makes you think we can read? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
100%.
We're watching the show, man.
So spoilers from here on out for this episode, season 3, episode 9, The Path That Chooses Us. No spoilers for the rest of the season, but we will speculate near the end, probably.
We'll speculate throughout.
And again, we're not coming from knowledge with the book, so we only have the knowledge that has been given to us. So that said, if you haven't seen the episode, you should go watch it before watching this. If you're new to the podcast for some reason, sorry for the very serious talk I had just now, but I'm glad you're here. But for some reason, if you're just like, what are y'all talking about? Oh, this sounds interesting. And you haven't seen the episode or you haven't seen the rest of the season, go watch Foundation.
Yeah, go watch it. It's a good episode too.
It's really good stuff. And yeah, that said, do we have general thoughts?
Oh, do we ever?
On the episode, the penultimate episode. Morgan, what are your general thoughts?
I liked it.
Oh, cool.
I don't think it's a perfect episode.
Sure.
As we'll get into, there's some stuff that I'm like, meh on. But in general, we've been like winding a trap up, pointing at a gun on stage that might go off for 2 or 3 episodes, I would say almost now. Oh boy, did the gun go off.
Oh, yes. Chekhov's black hole Novecula gun has been fired.
Yes. So I'm like,
not
I'm
surprising.
glad. But I am glad that, like, because we were getting to the point where I was like, yo, y'all got 2 episodes left. Shit doesn't start happening soon. Then I'm just going to be like, oh, you've just been wasting my fucking time entirely.
Yeah.
They did not waste my time this episode. They got to it. Maybe they could have done some of this earlier. Sure. But you know, in general, I was happy with it.
Yeah. I would say that definitely coming from last week, definitely a higher episode.
Yeah.
For me. It's not the best by far. I think that it hits some good highs and things do happen, and then it just kind of stops happening and it is over so quickly, and we don't really stick around long enough, which is really weird for me. So the pacing is still kind of wildly off for me in terms of the season. It felt like, as you said, some of these things could have happened sooner so that we could have had more time to really delve into it.
Yeah.
And it's,
agree. Or deal with some of the repercussions of it.
I mean, Day, as much as we've loved Day and we love Lee Pace.
Yeah.
Once again, his part of the episode is just so somewhat insignificant, but like just so quick.
Are we gonna knock it out real quick?
We don't. We will. We when we deep dive, but like things like that, I'm just like just how quickly we move through everything.
Yeah,
it's like as soon as we like raise a thing, we don't really delve into it. All the stuff that we were bringing up with Day last week, like what's down there, what's gonna happen, like all this kind of stuff, and all the stuff that we were bringing up for like not just Day, but like everyone else. It's like, ooh, what our speculation things are. It's like we're so excited with where things could go, and then it's like they decide to like pivot and just go back to the status quo, to where nothing is really dealt with.
Yeah,
and they just kind of like turn a corner, and it's like, well, that's not what I expected. I was like, cool stuff did happen.
Yeah.
But none of the things that we keep speculating on are happening, and it keeps driving me up a wall. Because it's like, I feel like you guys are setting this up so well, and then you don't do anything with it. And I'm just so confused on what story it is that they're trying to tell. So I'm a little frustrated, especially because got one more episode left, and I just hope it actually has some sort of payoff, that all these things actually lead to something. Because so far it's been just a lot of like promises and excitement and things that could possibly go the directions that this could possibly go that they're just not interested in. And I just want to know, well, then what are you interested in? And what are we doing? Because this feels like such a transitional season. Like everything's so transitional. It feels like a huge setup for season 4. And I don't like it. Because that means season 3 is pretty insignificant in the grand scheme of things.
Sure.
So that's I'm frustrated, even though I'm more hype on it than it sounds like, and definitely more hype than last week.
Sure.
So that's my general thoughts on this episode. Thank you. Thank you so much for that little rant. Yeah. Sorry if I sound disappointed. Hope that's okay.
You're allowed to feel how you feel.
I really, really love the show. I'm just like, where are we going? But I guess let's talk about what we are talking about in the show, what actually happened, and start deep diving in. Should we, Morgan?
I'm ready to dive.
Speaking of deep diving, we dive into the depths, into the heart of Trantor, the core of Trantor, the sewers of Trantor. I don't really know what's going on down here, right? The pit of despair and mythology and symbology and
mycology.
The trials that I said was going to happen last week. Day's going to fight a Minotaur and come out stronger than ever.
Fungus
right?
King.
Right? Yeah, the mushroom monster of your dreams is down here just waiting to devour Day and make a good meal. An emperor for a meal today? Ooh, they're spoiling me. It's what this mushroom monster is thinking if he existed, but no.
He doesn't.
What do we get? A little bit of floundering around, a little bit of splishy splashy,
kind of
the possibility of like, I don't know, a monster under the sewage pit
right.
kind of thing. And then he gets saved by Song and
who decided to believe him now.
decided to believe him because she saw the sham trial it was and how bad her life mate was at dancing and doing the thing and was like, that was not a great performance. And so honestly, Day, this is much better idea. I don't know, Morgan. What do you have to say for what happened? What do you have to say? Explain this, Morgan.
Explain yourself,
Explain what
Morgan,
happened.
you son of a bitch. Yeah. I mean, I can like make up reasons for myself why I'm like, oh, Song would be like, change of heart, I believe you now, because it's like, yeah, your leader's visibly a corrupt fuck and evil as hell. And maybe they don't have a lot of trials.
Yeah.
So this is the first time she's noticed, you know, but it's like, yeah, he's for sure a bad dude. I'm glad that Sun King Speaker, whatever his fucking name is dead. That dude sucked.
Again, a guy who's not supposed to be in charge is named Sun Master, everyone.
Sun Master 17.
The Master.
Prime number.
Master of the Sun. I should remind you, it was a bad guy.
Yeah. I'm glad he's dead. I mean, I don't know. My real thoughts on this scene is like Day kills him, yes, but then takes the robot head.
He's very like, he is. Here's the thing, though. It's like driven. This turn just comes. I know he's had the dream, the drug trip, and now this trial, and he's learning that how important robots are, I guess. But this turn still feels really sudden to me.
I mean, drugs are crazy.
I thought this trial was going to bring him even like more to like having to do this, but like he's literally like, I'm going to free her. He almost says outright, this is what I'm going to do. Yeah. I hope that the robot head will be the thing that reprograms her, and I'm betting my life on it.
And you don't like this?
I mean, it's not that I don't like it, is we expected this, but it does kind of come out of like the previous couple of episodes, him being like, I hate you so fucking much, and like you're an it and all these kinds of things, to now going to like, he has one good mushroom trip.
Yeah.
And suddenly it's, I bet my life on it. You had no idea how to change things before, but now for some reason you're absolutely 100% sure that this is going to change things. And then also, what is it? And again, he might just be freeing himself, but the nuance is just not, there's just no nuance to it,
hey,
right?
Man, them's good drugs.
And also, I thought again, the conflict. There hasn't been any like conflict for Day, so to speak. Like, I guess getting
what?
It seemed so easy.
The 180?
Yeah, it's just kind of comes from a. It's just a mushroom trip. It doesn't come from a actual like struggle of like self. And
I'm pushing back. I hear you. I said this last week. I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
I agree that Day really hated the robot.
Yeah.
In episodes like 2 through 4, or 5, 2 through 6, whatever it was.
Yeah.
A, mushrooms are crazy. But B, I mean, like, that's not unusual, right? For people to take psychedelic drugs and then have like a thought realignment. But more importantly, I think what's become clear to him isn't just that, yeah, he's mistreated Demerzel and enslaved her and taken her for granted, but also that her freedom equals his freedom. So he's acting just as much in self-interest as he is out of her interest, because freeing Demerzel ends the genetic dynasty. As she says herself, 2 different times in this fucking episode, I am Empire. She is, and I've been saying this all season, she is the fucking driving force. She is the one fucking putting the glue that holds this shit together. She is the one kicking the bowling ball down the bowling alley, right? She is the force. She is Empire. He sets her free. He frees himself. So like, I don't think it's as simple as like a 180. I think it's that he realizes what the key to unlocking the problem is. The puzzle is.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I just feel like it could, maybe it's just the writer in me.
Okay.
That just, I'm always, because I was thinking like, yeah, like he's going to have to fight himself. And where like, because I can imagine like a whole conversation with Cleon the First while they're like duking out, and Cleon being like, listen, she's just a robot. Nobody, no, you can't do a thing. And then can you imagine Day being like, no, she loved us. She matters. She was there for us. She's more human than you ever were. And then boom, like this.
Yes, but Mattias, listen, please listen to me. I think there's a good chance you get that.
I don't think it's
I think he's going to have that fight with Dusk. I think he's going to show up next episode with the skull to set her free. And Dusk is like, fuck no, dude. You end her and we are fucking toast. I think you are literally going to get that. It's just not with Cleon 1, like you're saying. It's with fucking Dusk. I think that's very likely.
It feels like the inner conflict of Day actually believing this feels very strangely resolved in a way that I would like the conflict to still be there within him, if in him to still struggle with it. Like, I understand that he does believe that the robot existing means something, that getting them together might change things, that he does realize like how much Demerzel has been there for him, but to be 100% certain and to be completely fully sure that this is the right idea, feels like goes against his character a little bit.
Right.
A little bit of like what they were like setting up is like this inner conflict, this inner turmoil is just completely like gone. He is 100% like, nope, Demerzel was never a bad person and deserves to be free, and which is sure like what I want him to believe, but I didn't see that turn happening, I guess, as quickly as it did.
Here's another way to look at it in terms of character, like wise driven. Yeah. To use a phrase we've used many times this season, Cleon's going to Cleon. And every Cleon that we've met, that we've gotten to know, eventually has a thing that they're like, this is where I break from tradition. This is my path. This is how I make my personal history. With Dawn, it's going with Foundation and escaping. Mm-hmm. With Dusk, it's making the Novacula. With Dawn from season 2, it's trying to run away with my lover, right? With Day of season 2, it's going to the Maiden planet and going on that voyage.
So it's finding some sort of like purpose kind of thing.
Right, but when they find the thing that's like their little mission that's like unique to them, right? Yeah. Then it's absolute certainty. Then it's like, this is my path, right? Mm-hmm. And Cleons have never shown any inner turmoil once they like have that sense of purpose. Okay. And so I think it's like, I can see it very much as just like, no, for once in his life, instead of it being like this meaningless drug orgy where he's just like, none of it really matters anyway. Demerzel, it is a fucking psycho robot. He goes down to Mycogen, he takes the drugs, and he's like, I know what I got to do. So I don't know. For me, it's working. I hear you. I'm not trying to say I'm right.
Maybe drugs for me is just not the best point of turning, I guess, the best motivator for why someone should. Drugs, I guess, is always a representation of seeing and visions and to set you on a path of like opening your mind up to something that you hadn't been thinking about before.
Sure.
Not the thing that actually changes your mind, right? But gets you like on that path. But you know?
But it gets him on the. You don't think it's like gets him on the path of seeing how like not only is Demerzel a robot that he or his brother self programmed to do exactly what she's doing, but also like he gained a lot out of it. He got immense love and support from her.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. I think that's a pretty clear story.
I mean, I still like the drug trip in his turn. I guess there's just the thing about sci-fi and fantasy, which is really great, is that you can represent internal struggle like externally. And this just feels like so easy for him to get past. You know, that there's no actual, like I said, I was being cheeky about it before, but the symbolism and the metaphor of him having to like either fight himself or fight some sort of trial down here to take over for Sunmaster, to do any of these things, would have been, in my opinion, like a great way to visualize that internal struggle.
Yeah.
And I don't think I think if they did visualize that, it was the most surface level and as quick as you can get over it, like ripping off a Band-Aid, that to me didn't feel like was like gave Day his due in terms of doing that. Maybe it's just a point of like, it's just happened so quickly that I'm just like kind of confused on how it could have happened. Because even though we could see the turn coming, I didn't expect it to be like this episode where he would be like 100% like for Demerzel and the robot and changing it. Sure. I thought there was still going to be some sort of trudging along to get to that point, you know, some sort of conflict there, physically or I guess emotionally. But there wasn't. Not anything. I mean, he deals with Sunmaster pretty quickly. I mean, how did you feel about this fight with Sunmaster and doing this whole thing? I mean, cool fight. I guess.
Fight, and also, I mean, like practically speaking, I'm like, of course, it's like I don't think Sunmaster's fucking combat trained, and I'm sure Empire is. Yeah, so it's like, I don't think it's gonna be like. Also, Lee Pace is fucking cut. Sunmaster is like skinny, little weasel man.
A little weird how they introduced him as like to be like some formidable opponent, and then just 2 episodes later, it's just like, nope, just a guy.
He did.
Just a guy who, bad guy who deserved to die, or whatever. He twirled his mustache a few times and then got thrown off a bridge.
But I said it. I'm glad he's dead.
Say what?
I said I'm glad he's dead. Fuck that guy.
I said this previously to you, Morgan. Golden opportunity for some swashbuckling. They had a really good chance. He just like Day just runs into there in the middle of the crowd. You really could have put a rope there and a chandelier and had him swing down to deal with this. You guys had a good chance to have some sword fighting or staff fighting, as it were. Some good old fashioned, like up the stairs and into around the corner kind of thing. Maybe that's what I'm disappointed about, Morgan.
I mean, Mattias, I'll level with you. I got no argument.
There could have been some swashbuckling. There's so many opportunities
very much could
for swashbuckling. And you just decided,
I mean, yeah, man, the only thing I can say about that is that like Day's never been a swashbuckler.
That's true. I didn't expect the swashbuckling to come here.
You know what I mean? Like he's not like who we look to for swashbuckling.
Yeah. But come on.
But it could happen.
Lee Pace swinging on the rope.
Do we want to watch Lee Pace swashbuckle? Of fucking course we do. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you think Lee Pace wants to swashbuckle?
I bet he does. Hey, Lee, get in the comments.
100%.
Also, hi, Lee. But no, I mean, like, he fucking looks so good when he does combat or when he does action stuff. He would be fucking amazing swinging from a rope, swinging a sword. Yeah, fuck yeah. It'd be awesome.
So many opportunities. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
That's the real.
Fucking
that's the real
Micah shit,
problem.
am I right?
This is the thing. He leaves. No one follows. One, you take their god, so to speak, and he just hobbles away.
Well, I don't have beef with this at all.
Okay,
I've said this in previous episodes. If they believe what Empire is saying is true about Demerzel being Daniil and there being a real robot still, a masterful robot in existence, then why the fuck wouldn't you want him to take the robot head and go to Demerzel, Daniil, and be like, power up, baby? Like no, like well, they wouldn't, especially given like this scene where you're like, oh man, our leader really is a fucking twat. Like
I mean, I don't know. They just all blindly accept, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, Song woke up. Ostensibly, other folks did too.
But not even like Song is there. I don't know. Even like support, even just to see, even to be like, oh, there's a robot out there. Can we go with you and like, or help you? Or we will also want to free the robot. There's so many reasons why they probably should be there if they have been waiting for this for 5,000 years.
Day walks alone.
Dead man.
Come on.
Dead
Does
man,
he look like the guy?
Dead man walking.
Does he look like the kind of guy who wants a sidekick? Does he give that vibe?
I think we're going to talk about this, but there was so many like good fucking cold ass lines this episode. Someone had way too much fun writing this episode.
For the first time, they used profanity a lot, and they were like way more slang than they typically are. There's like frequently with the show, and I like this about the show, like an elevated sense of language, I would say. Yeah. Not like super, like it's not like proper. I'm not saying the show sounds like, fucking
Shakespeare?
Not, I mean, no, obviously it's not Shakespeare. I'm trying to think of a show that has like a consistently elevated language, like Jesus Christ. The
CSI?
Jesus Christ, dude. You boy.
I'm thinking like when he puts on the sunglasses and he's like, that was hot or fire or whatever. You know?
That's the opposite of what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a show like Downton Abbey where the language is elevated all the time.
Oh,
I think that tends to be closer to the world of the language of Foundation in general.
Sure. Sure.
Like, I don't think Gaal is capable of cursing. Like, it's been very right. Empire, the way all of them speak is like typically very elevated. And then you have lines just like, don't fuck with Empire.
No, there's like but I'm talking about like Day when what does Sunmaster say? Profane man, half man, and he says dead man. And then throws him off a bridge.
It's fucking just like Roadhouse shit. Fucking unbelievable.
Is he talking about himself or is he talking about Sunmaster? What's going on here?
We'll never know.
It's the double entendre. It means two things.
Or like Quint being like, don't give me that shit.
And
like,
it was fucking cool. We'll get to them.
Yeah. But yeah, the language in this episode was notably more badass.
I feel like it was pretty easy for him to walk up there. Walk back to, he has the like palace in sight. But yeah, I don't know. Day's thing is just so quick. And like he did the thing that we expected. Yeah. And he kills Sunmaster. And I wanted him to take over. I thought like for sure, like,
I mean, he might be
head
back
on staff, show the people and be like, I'll be back with a robot or something.
He might be.
I just thought he was going to say something to them, but I don't know. He just kind of fucked off. Just kind of left.
He's got shit to do.
I don't know, man. Yeah, he's always been a little bit selfish. I just feel like it was underutilized. They could have given him more. Maybe. I'm very mad, very disappointed in things. Even though the plot happened in the way that we expected it to happen. And Day's coming back with some things, and he's gonna free Demerzel. Do you think it's gonna work? By the way,
yes.
Do you think the robot was Do you think the head of the robot is significant?
I do.
As much as we've talked about
I think the
a
head,
baby that I didn't think was significant this early on in the episode,
the
do
head
we
is
think
for
the head
sure.
is someone or something that we...
It's significant. I don't know what, but it's for sure going to be significant. I'm going into fucking speculation corner for a second on this.
Sure.
I feel like the cliffhanger of season 3 is going to be present the head. And it actually enables Demerzel to be like Uber Demerzel or something. And then he's going to be like, oh, I've freed her, but I've also created a monster. I think that's going to be our season cliffhanger.
I feel like here's the thing. The way that you talk about robots sometimes feels like you assume that they are going to be against humanity, that we're in for like another robot war. But isn't it supposed to be a good thing that she wakes up and is free for humanity? Even like Song and
of course,
Songbird says like, you're doing a great thing for humanity, and he's like, I'm doing a great thing for me or something, or for her, right?
Yeah, I'm doing right by her for once or whatever. Yeah.
And but like, this is supposed to be good. It's not supposed to be bad.
Yeah, man. Have you heard of plot twists? Come on, man. Freeing the robots never works out. Giving the AI power never fucking works out. Have you ever seen a sci-fi show? Have you ever read a sci-fi novel? It doesn't fucking go well.
Maybe it's my experience with...
The only thing keeping Demerzel in check is the directive.
Yeah, but
remove that and it's bad news. We done.
But Asimov famously likes robots, has made robots that are good, where humanity treats them as these monsters and things. But I don't think Asimov has that viewpoint.
Okay.
Right? Which is where I guess I feel like I don't know that it's... Once she's free, I don't know that it becomes robots against humanity. I'm just curious, like, I'm not saying
that that's what's going to happen.
The Uber robot.
But you don't think that Demerzel, who's been enslaved by the Cleons for hundreds, if not thousands of years, might be a little bitter and might want to just put her fucking hands around the neck of a Cleon or two, given that opportunity, after a Cleon just fucking blew up the planet with her religion that she loves so much? You don't think that would happen? I mean, come on, dude.
Sure, I take it back.
You don't think she might be a little bitter after the 100,000 years enslavement enacted by Cleon and his brothers?
Well, she does love
You don't think that someone who knows how to run an empire and has had constantly to put up with the imbecile human beings that make it difficult for her might be like, cool, now I get to run the show on my own terms.
Yeah, but this day is different.
Oh, okay.
This day, it's Lee Pace.
Well, you remind her of that next episode.
Well, I guess we'll see.
I don't know. I'm skeptical and cynical. I even will grant you, I haven't read any Asimov.
Well, you don't like robots.
No, I fucking hate robots. But I will grant you that Asimov might like them.
Yeah.
And that, like, in the context of what we have a foundation so far, I don't think Demerzel is evil. I think that she's following a directive, and it's a directive that's abusive and enslaving.
Well, can a robot be good or evil? Right?
I think so.
Because, like, yeah, I mean,
no.
That's a philosophical question where, like, good and evil,
of course,
is like an innately human thing. Can a human be good or evil? Right? Like, it's can a robot
human? But I think good and evil it necessarily involves the quality of choice, and a robot, technically speaking, as far as robots that we know, can't choose. Right? Yeah. They are always following a programming or a directive.
Yeah.
There are also real people who think also that human beings are just a series of chemical firings and we don't actually really have choice. And, like, I'm not trying to wade into a very, very long history philosophical question, but painting with broad strokes, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I understand what you're saying, that robots can't necessarily be good or evil. I think they can, in the sense of that, like, they're created for an evil purpose or a good purpose, right? I don't think that makes
tool. Yeah.
Correct, but I don't think that makes them, like, good or evil themselves. I think that just means the purpose that they serve is either good or bad. Mm-hmm. But I also think that very soon, right, the whole question of, like, AI and AI robots with unchecked directive is as close as you're going to get to choice as you can with robots. And at that point, I for sure am like, yeah, if it does something bad, it's fucking evil.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's like following programming, I'm like, yeah, well, so are you. Your parents programmed you. Your environment programmed you.
Mm-hmm.
But we're not going to excuse your actions. It's just because of all the things that you experienced and did.
Yeah.
Same thing as a robot. That's just me.
I mean, I think dealing with the question about robots and whether or not they can be good or evil and all those kinds of things is probably a future season kind of thing. So
I hope
might be
so.
Getting ahead over ourselves,
That's good shit.
know? Yeah.
I love that stuff. Yeah. I'm here for it.
Assuming that robots have in some way come back, I don't know. I don't know the course of Foundation as a show.
Nor will we, because we will not read the books.
One could argue that they can't be good or evil, and it really but they do have a myriad of choices, and it comes down to like what makes sense based on their kind of programming or whatever. But what does a robot do that has no directive? Then with any choice, what does evil mean to them and what does good mean to them? It's a great question. It's very interesting. And I don't know what Demerzel would choose. I'm not sure that she would choose the, I guess, quote unquote, evil route, but I'm not exactly sure. She is the last robot. She's been imprisoned for thousands of years and then almost torturously a slave to a lot of people and used in many ways. And as soon as she becomes free, other people are going to try and use her probably for their own gain.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's not out of the question that she would be against our main characters or humanity or something like that.
I mean, I do also want to remind our viewers that we're deeply in speculation corner right now. And also just say
we're not
that,
deep. We shouldn't even be in there.
But I also want to say that like, this episode provides a really unique kind of twist on whatever the Demerzel plot line or future is, because not only is she potentially going to be freed soon of her directive or obligation, right?
Right.
But in season 2, either in season 2 or early in season 3, someone asked Demerzel, "What would you do if you didn't have to do this?"
That was Day recently.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't know, right? Maybe just go live with my sisters on Maiden.
Oh, you didn't know? I thought you were talking about when she said I was going to build a bunch of other robots.
Oh, no. Way before, right?
Yeah. I think that may have been...
It's season 2, I think.
It may have been with the Zephyr. I'm not sure. Yeah.
When he's like, what would you do? And she's just like, I love their faith. I believe in it deeply. I'd like to live with them.
Right.
And it's well, can't do that anymore. So I don't know. I think we're at a fascinating turning point for Demerzel.
Yeah.
Whenever Day shows up with that robot head.
It could awaken a lot of emotions. Absolutely. It could awaken a lot of things. And I don't think Day knows what he's probably getting himself into. Speaking of what he's possibly getting himself into.
Yeah. I got one more thing to say that you just saying.
About Day or about
Demerzel?
Because we can get to Demerzel later. Do you want to?
But no. Just with what you said when you were like, it might awaken a lot of emotions. I just have to say, I think it's really cool that the way Demerzel is written in the show, and maybe that's in the case of the novels too. We don't know. We don't watch it. We won't read it. But that instead of it being like, oh, I'm not programmed to feel these things, I won't acknowledge those things.
Yeah.
The Demerzel feels everything.
Yeah.
And just isn't able to act on things that are beyond her directive. I think that's cool writing. I love that we get to see exactly like how she feels about things, or that she tells us like things are hard for her or she struggles or whatever. It's such such a cool writing point.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways.
So speaking of Demerzel and what might be encountered, Day is walking into a whole shitstorm of things because Dusk has been busy.
Busy bee.
When we catch up with Dusk, he's not even there.
No, hollow form. Where is he?
He's in his Novecula blues, whatever that might be, which I think is more Empire blues or Empire purples or whatever the fuck they are. But he wears them. He wears this ceremoniously anytime he's on that black hole thing, for maybe so they could all shoot it all at once for purposes.
Maybe you
of
gotta
the
be wearing
show.
the suit to press the button.
But we find out pretty early on. I'm really surprised that this plan to give up Trantor, which we agree is a very stupid fucking plan. I mean, and like almost immediately, they're just like, it's just gonna happen. That they've already informed the Mule, and the Mule knows that it's gonna happen. They're giving me a planet.
Yeah.
And so here's the council member and the Cloud Dominion and the Zephyr from the Luminous, and they're all there and they're ready to give the Mule Empire and Trantor.
And they've not just that. Yes. But that they told Dusk they're going to do this.
Yes.
They're like, "Hey, mutinous sacrificial lamb, bitch. We're going to do this in a couple days, just so you know. Like, you have tons of power and access to all kinds of resources. But just so you know, in 24 hours, we're going to betray you and do something really dumb and dangerous."
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they're crippled. They have no fleet, and they don't know about the Novecula.
But why would they tell him still?
I really think it's such a stupid plan. We've talked about how stupid of a plan it is.
Can you imagine? I mean, come on. If Brutus was like, "Hey, Caesar, in 24 hours, I'm going to show up with a bunch of senators and we're going to stab you to death because we think it's the best thing for Rome. See you tomorrow, big guy."
What the fuck, the fact dude? That it's tomorrow, it literally is the next day. Like, you think this would take some time to figure this out, but no, they're just do it. The people of Trantor are okay with it, I guess.
Lincoln, I'm going to shoot you at the play tomorrow night. Just so you know. It's the best thing for the Republic. Just so you know. Hey, and Abraham, this isn't up for discussion.
Also, what seat
what
are
do
you?
They think was going to fucking happen?
Also, what seat are you going to be in?
Also, yeah.
It's the balcony, right?
Box seats?
Yeah. Where is he? Why is he not here?
Stage left?
He lied to us.
Crazy.
He's not in the balcony.
Guys,
he's not there.
He knows we're trying to shoot him tonight.
He's not here. Oh, Empire's not here. Well, we can't start this meeting without him. What?
Also, Quince, shut up.
First of all,
he's not vindictive.
No. Hold on. Hold on, Quinn was a fucking G. I wrote that down. She really did a good job. I think.
I'm not making fun of Quinn. I'm like, she's the only one who gets it.
Yeah,
who's just like, don't put him in a fucking corner. He's going to be wildly reactive.
Yeah.
This is
the smartest person in the room.
This is very dumb. And everyone's just like, nah, we're doing it. Like, what the fuck, dude?
The throne is empty. Like, what did you expect?
He's just gonna lay down and die a day early.
I don't understand how you thought this was gonna go the way you thought it was gonna go. I'm like, surely they weren't thinking that this was gonna happen, that what happened was gonna happen. But what did you think was gonna happen?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not surprised, and we called it that the gun was going to be used. Demerzel
3 times.
Ooh, Demerzel. They're like, Empire. Where is Empire? She says, "I am Empire." Fucking cold line. Again, I will give it to Quent. She stood up and tried to stop them.
She did.
She was fucking smart.
Mm-hmm.
And I love her for it. But then there's Dusk and his mad king ways.
Kind of King Lyrian. Yeah.
Not only does he want to send a message to the Mule, but he wants to bring the Empire back to their glory days and show everyone why Empire is Empire. And to be completely fucking honest, so fucking tough.
Yeah.
So fucking good. I wrote down, holy fucking shit, Empire is back. I kept saying, I doubted Empire. I kept saying they're dead. They're going to die. They're not going to be here by the end of the season. And I'll be completely honest, Dusk, you proved me wrong.
Even if he's not around, he's going out with a fucking bang, dude.
He is.
3 bangs.
He killed it this episode. Pun not intended. I'm so sorry for that.
Yeah.
Wow. Not only does he get rid of the Galactic Council.
Bye-bye.
and the Luminous, as we expected, the Maiden, and Cloud Dominion. He kills 3, he wipes 3 different billions. They said they represented trillions of people, and probably not on all those planets, but they do represent trillions of people.
Quinn calls it a genocide.
I mean, to be completely honest, this is literally, if you take what has been said in voiceover and everything else, the Galactic Council represents all of the galaxy.
Yeah. Hundreds of planets.
Except for Cloud Dominion and the Luminous. And they are here as well. So now you're basically Empire saying, except for Foundation, everyone who aligns with the Galactic Council and Cloud Dominion and the Luminous, which is at least half the galaxy, 3/4 of the galaxy, if the Foundation's not very big of the galaxy, that is almost everyone.
Pew pew.
Just takes him out. And this, I'll be honest, great visuals.
Yeah.
Amazing use of power. I was gobsmacked.
Yeah, I mean, we have
mouth open.
Dude, yes.
I was
Agree.
so in fucking awe and surprise.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we have the council, right? Being like, there's like that dude whose face just like melts. Then we have like the pilgrims on Maiden in the stone looking up at the sky and seeing like this beam start to appear and then come slashing down.
And to me, it looked like, I know we disagreed on this, but and we didn't get to rewatch it. But it looked to me like 2 planets.
Maybe,
like the Maiden and like a moon. Or maybe the Maiden is the moon, and
sure,
the big planet it orbits. It looked like it went through. Like even that, like it's.
I'm not going to fight you on that.
This,
it could have been
this. I mean, it's a massive amount of power on display.
Cataclysmic destruction.
An instant.
Yep.
Instant.
Yeah, that machine also. Can we talk? I thought about this. This is me being nerdy, but like, the gun has no recoil time. It's literally just like your planet. And your planet.
Yeah, it doesn't have to charge up.
And your planet. You know, you'd think like, okay, the planetary gun
this isn't
might
like
have like a 30-minute reset time after it has, you know, enough energy to destroy an entire planet.
Its aiming is impeccable.
It's just
like,
literally.
It's not like a Death Star that has to like, oh, we have to get around Yavin in order to like shoot the like moon or whatever. It's like there's no time. Like if it's coming for you, you're gone.
Toast.
Great use of a fucking gun if ever there was one. And boy, oh boy.
And also like with that scene, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot to talk about, but one of the biggest plot, like not developments, but like results of this is the Mule for, I think the first time ever is a little chagrined.
Sure.
This is the first time.
Yeah.
That either the Foundation or Empire has done a thing. And it hasn't been like, yeah, of course you did that. I knew you were going to do that. This is the first time he was just like, fuck. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Might need to go back to the drawing board for a second.
Well, I mean, there's a few things we can talk about. I do want to talk about with the Mule.
Yeah.
How he feels about this, because there's a few things that we discover here. But strategically thinking, if I'm the Mule at this point, and I know you have this gun and how instant it is, I'd be like, pretty scared, pretty like
no fucking
but
shit.
Also like, okay, well, where's the one place he's not going to fire that gun on?
Trantor.
Exactly. So you just kind of revealed your hand, so to speak, Dusk. And I'm sure that the mind is already turning in terms of what he's going to do about this.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, he's going after the Navecula, right?
I mean, if you're a fucking galactic villain, hell-bent on intergalactic domination, and someone shows you they got a gun that blows up planets, you want that gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, he's for sure wants that gun.
Even Dawn says, I'm scared.
I mean, he also says...
He's like, I'm surprised I've never seen Dusk like this.
Okay, I hated that line.
Oh, yeah? Sure.
It's just so naive and silly, and I'm like, come the fuck on, bro.
It felt a little bit...
I've never seen him act like this. Really? Okay. Wake the fuck up.
I'll be honest. The way it was delivered, to me, felt like it was Dawn putting on a show for the Mule to help out Dusk. in a way to be like, he's lying, right? He understands that Dusk is probably capable of this, but he was saying like, oh, I've never seen him like this, but you should be really, really scared, Mule. Not in a true, like, authentic way is the way that I read it.
I mean, like, maybe you're right. To me, and like, I didn't get to rewatch either. Yeah. But to me, it was like naivete.
It could have been that too.
It was like baby Dawn being like, my big brother's a bad guy. In a way, I was like, yeah, dude, what the fuck did you think he was going to do with the planet blower upper gun?
Well, the thing is, like, unfortunately, we never knew like what Dawn would have thought about it. Like, because Dusk never got to give him the gift, you know? And I'm sorry, Dusk never got to give Dawn the gift. I don't know what I just said, but
Dusk wanted to give it to
he
Dawn,
would have given it to him. And then, so like, I would have loved to see like what Dawn would have felt about the fact that Dusk built this in the first place. Like, would he have accepted it? Those kinds of things, you know? So we actually don't know like how he kind of feels about it. He's just figuring it out for the first time here. And I'm sure he is as flabbergasted as the rest of us. Yeah. That someone would do this. I'm not sure. The conciliator of all people, the person that is usually at the heart of negotiation and giving people whatever they need in order to make sure everyone's happy. I kind of believe Dawn that he's never seen anyone like this. It was delivered in a weird way, though, to be completely honest. It was not like the best delivery of that line for Cassia.
Also, just like, come on, man. We've established that the Cleons are highly educated in history.
Yeah.
That means that he knows many, many days and many, many Dusks have nuked planets.
Yeah, but they didn't. But he grew up with this one. I don't know. I just believe. I don't think they all have like nuclear power.
Literally planet blower uppers? No, but I mean, inciting incident in season 1 and season 2. Someone blows up the bridge. We can't prove who did it.
Yeah,
they just decides, just fucking bomb 2 planets.
Yeah,
kill a quarter of the population.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. No, it's not unprecedented. All I'm trying to say is we have a long history of Cleons being fascist.
Yeah. I think Dusk way overdid it.
You think blowing up 3 planets was too much?
I think he could have.
You're a 2 planet kind of guy?
Yeah. I think the message was delivered way sooner, and this is not good. This is not good for Empire.
Okay. Can I play devil's advocate?
Maybe. Let's get to it because I want to talk about like the reactions of this from everyone real quick.
Yeah.
You know, first of all, some of those lines that you talked about, Dusk is the most fucking sassy we've seen him.
For sure,
dude. Show. Which maybe that's what Dawn was talking about. I haven't seen him this sassy before.
Don't fuck with Empire.
Don't fuck with Empire. And I'll be honest, message received. Dusk.
Loud and clear, brother.
I gotcha.
Yeah, no.
Cool. Not messing with you. Not. As we said before, a Cleon's gonna Cleon, and is this not the most?
Dude. I
mean, is this not the most Cleon thing?
Yes, it is so fucking Cleon. It is so Cleon.
Yeah,
but also, like, you're saying, like, he might have overdone it. Yeah, but also, like, wouldn't you overdo it if you had 24 hours to live? Like, he's
not gonna die.
He's literally ascending the next day.
But you don't think he believes that he's going to, do you?
I think Demerzel is gonna fucking kill him whether he wants to live or not.
I mean, I guess if he assumes that, like, yes, I did a thing that finally solidified my legacy and helped Empire, and now everyone else can ascend, and now you can decant people because the Mule's not coming.
I'm the consequential now, not the conciliator. I fucking showed you I'm hanging 10 inches of dong or whatever. Like,
I think it's
just, he's very much being this toxic masculine. I'm fucking, look, I matter. I'm like, I'm a big deal. See, like I'm securing my legacy bullshit. But I think it's like very much because he knows he's supposed to die in 24 hours.
Okay. I just don't want to overlook this because I want to get into that because that is the next thing. But before like that happens, I mean, he offers him refuge. These guys, obviously it's not great for all of those people, but especially like Quent.
Yeah.
I'm just so heartbroken for Quent. She supported him. She was there for him. She helped him get through this tragic time that they're going through.
Yes.
And then is in response, this happens. And I think she hates herself for that. I know that they have a scene later on, but I just that visual of her just somewhere off in a corner, like just crying that this happened, was just so heartbreaking to me, and just like solidified, like, again, the toll of like what he just did. Again, I think it's mostly to Cherry Jones' performance.
I mean, she's great.
And how much she's been giving, like, so much. And we knew that she was, quote unquote, like in trouble with Dusk. I didn't expect this. I really honestly didn't. Like, I knew she was going to feel some sort of betrayal or any of these kind of things. I did not think Dusk would literally burn everything to the ground, and that way he like burn bridges, you know? That's wild. But yeah, I think he went too far, and he goes and he talks to Demerzel, and he's like, I am the consequence now. Which kind of, you know, it's a working title, but it kind of fits.
Yeah, I mean,
it
the consequential is like, as a title, right, is like, it feels like very Napoleon complexy.
Sure.
If you want your title to be I mattered, like, oh boy, you're having to try too hard a little bit, right? To your point, like, if what you did mattered, then why do you need your name to be, oh, the shit I did mattered? You know what I mean? It feels like compensation.
It's almost like Cleon wasn't satisfied with being kind.
Yeah. Or
That
like somehow being a
and
master of diplomacy wasn't enough.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's so wild. The fact that Demerzel, though, is unsure of whether or not this helps Empire, like prolongs Empire in the dynasty, or if it's made things worse.
Yeah.
Is kind of baffling to me. I think this is what we were getting at earlier. I feel like maybe one planet Demerzel was behind or whatever, and maybe other people could have like understood as like, this is the message, right? But basically taking out the representation for majority of the galaxy is diabolical, and I feel like doesn't do well for Empire.
Yeah,
period.
Dude. Oh, for sure, man. The president nuking the Senate and Congress looks pretty bad for democracy.
Yeah.
For sure, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, yes. And then also the president nuking the religious fucking monk planet of advisors also looks pretty bad for Empire.
Granted,
yeah, dude.
No more opposition, so I guess, yes, in a way, he did solidify their reign.
Fascism.
Does that work? Does that prolong Empire? I guess for a time, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna, like, people are gonna just bend over for this. Are they? Are we?
I mean, I think the question at the heart of this, whether you intended to ask of it or not, is we're approaching a paradox in Demerzel's directive. Right? Are we? Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
If her directive is the continuation and success of Empire above all else, but Empire is destroying humanity and killing everyone, so that eventually you get to a point where there's no other humans to rule, then have you succeeded in your directive? If you just are destroying that of which you are supposed to rule, right? I think absolutely we're beginning to approach a paradox.
Such an extreme. Sure. Yeah, I guess.
But I mean, the planetary gun can definitely fire a couple more times, right?
Yeah. I mean, as the Mule so smirkingly said,
the flip side, I got to finish this thought then. Yeah. It's not a paradox, right? And if Demerzel sees this and it works for her, why not go to the fucking firing range with the fucking Navocula or whatever it is and press the button 187 more times to blow up all the other dissenters? And then Empire gets to exist with my little 3 planetary system and perfectly govern. And everyone will never question me ever again. And I get to have a perfect little empire, right? It's like, where is the clause in her programming that's like, but also don't kill everyone? I don't know if it exists, right? But it's like the whole point is like not just to rule, but rule ostensibly over as much as possible, or the galaxy. I think there's for sure eventually a paradox if you can blow up fucking planets.
Sure. I mean, what is it feels very much like, and I'm not as familiar with the actual, what is it, poem or story or whatever. It's like the Ozymandias complex, you know?
Oh, sure.
Here I am, just the destroyer of worlds,
Destroyer of worlds,
or I guess that's Oppenheimer. What does Ozymandias say? He's like, look on my works and whatever, and behold my kingdom kind of thing. But he's like the king of ashes, so to speak, right? I know I'm butchering it or whatever, but yeah, that is like, I mean, this is the floundering of a dying man, right? The question that was presented to Dusk from the very beginning was like, will I be a guy who just accepts my fate, or will I be a Dusk that runs, And not only is he running from his fate, not only is he not going to ascend the next 24 hours, which is definitely not going to fucking happen.
Side note, wait.
Yeah.
We should both say, speculation corner. If the next episode is 24 hours from now or more, will this Dusk be dead or not? Prediction.
From Ascension, no.
Okay, but follow up then. Will he be alive? Period.
Can I say for sure that he's gonna be alive? 50%. I can't be sure.
Okay.
Because I don't know that what Day does or how that awakens, or if Demerzel, any of those kinds of things. But Ascension, no, not happening by Ascension.
I'll go a step further.
Okay.
I don't think he dies from Ascension either.
Yeah.
I think he's for sure dead at the end of the next episode.
Sure.
I think he's done.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
But anyways, he's also with the Ozymandias thing. I think it's like look ye on my works in despair.
Yes,
or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's it's the greatness of my destruction.
Yeah,
kind of fascistic overlord or rule thing. Yeah,
and so like if you can't be the king of everything, then be the king of ashes, so to speak. It's not a thing that I think Demerzel is struggling with, but maybe that Dusk is kind of coming to his own fucking conclusions. Like, if I can't have everything, if I'm just going to ascend and do whatever, then I might as well. I'm definitely not going to give it up. Empire, so to speak, is not going to give it up. And so, yes, to your point, destroying everything does help Empire more in that sense than hurt it. I don't know that Demerzel is struggling with that, but I could see where Dusk would be going towards that Ozymandias complex kind of
totally.
Thing.
I mean, like I don't think Demerzel is necessarily struggling with it yet.
Sure,
but I think that like it does beg the question. Well, can he blow up 3 more planets?
Yeah,
30 more planets, 300 more planets.
Yeah, especially if she doesn't know. Like if the Prime Radiant doesn't tell her how this affects the math. Right. If this doesn't show her some sort of future, if nothing's like changing, then how many more planets can you do until something changes?
Right. Because doesn't it get easier?
Really interesting.
And also like, just because like from a real practical point of view, doesn't it get easier and easier to rule an empire if it's smaller and smaller?
Maybe we spread too far.
Right. And like if the goal is prolonged
maybe we've
empire,
been stretched too thin.
Right. If the goal is prolonged empire, why not just cut a couple of its arms and legs off?
Well, the thing is like Demerzel is struggling with something, and she does let Day know here about what she's struggling with. I have a few things written down. It's really hard to get it.
No, not Day.
I keep getting them all confused. I'm so sorry. I just keep
it's
saying
important to say
right,
because I think she's going to have a combo with Day next episode.
Sure. But she's now struck with like an array of choices that something, and I think we'll speculate what this is, but she's been dealing with going from a unicursal mind to a multicurial. Oh, I'm sorry, I may have spelled it wrong. A unicurial mind to a multicurial mind, which is to mean like she has the ability to seek out every possibility.
Yep.
and almost a requirement, she says. Am I required to seek out every single possibility? It's a maze used to be presented. I used to walk in the garden and this was my brain. It was just a maze with one possibility. And now for some reason, it's opening up. Now for some reason, there's multiple possibilities. Do I go down every single path to see what's beyond there?
Yeah.
And I find this fucking amazing.
I love
that
it
she's
too.
doing this, that she's going through this. And like, cause what does separate us from robots, right? And one, I just love this idea because again, we as humans, I'm going to keep saying it time and time again. What do we learn from robots? How does this reflect ourselves? If we are a multi-curial mind and we have the ability to seek out every possibility, are we also required to seek out every possibility? But no, right? My answer would be no. We're not required to seek out every possibility, but we have every possibility like given to us. And we are often, unlike robots, have the ability to choose which paths we go down. And sometimes if we choose a path, another path is closed to us because we can't do that. And we are inundated over and over again with the option and the ability of choice. And it's sometimes overwhelming. It's so crazy, but also that's the beauty of being human. The fact that we have those things. And I love that. And so is this not her becoming more human? Is the question, right? I think the questions the show's asking, the question that she's asking, like, why is this happening? And then it's a question to you. Like, do you think is she becoming more human?
No. But I love this.
Okay.
I think I share your fascination. I think it's such good writing. I think we're meant to believe or to think that she's becoming more human.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I agree that is kind of the way the human mind thinks.
Mm-hmm.
And what a big thing is that separates us from a robotic mind is having to consider multiple possibilities, multiple options, and have that element of choice. But I think the reason that it's happening is because for the first time in Empire's history, we don't know if dusk or day or dawn is going to be the one leading Empire in the next 24 to 48, 72 hours.
You think this is happening because of that? I think
that she thinks she's getting the sensation of humanity because of this multiplicity of possibilities, but it has nothing to do with Demerzel becoming human and everything to do with how much potential there is in the given universe with all the circumstances, with all the different Cleons.
Yeah. The timelines converging, so to speak, or splitting off and like that. Like it's just, there's like way too much computational things to like happen because literally she is allowed every Cleon to kind of do as they please. Right. And so now it becomes,
we don't have the clear leadership structure of Day. We don't have the clear leadership structure of Day calls the shots. We have Day, who's off in Mycogen, bringing back a fucking robot to maybe start some robot uprising and free her. Yeah. We have Dawn, who might be siding with the rebellion and or under the influence of the Mule. Very different, right? We have Dusk losing his fucking shit, might be nuking fucking planets like King Lear on the fucking hearth, or might be ascended in 24 hours and completely gone. So like, I think we are meant to think, oh, Demerzel sentient. She's getting there. But I think it's really just of like how fundamentally in flux the universe is at this moment. You know,
at least her universe or her,
right. Yes.
Yeah,
but yeah, I love it. And I could be wrong. Maybe
I literally thought it was as simple as like when the robot head started reaching out to her, that this awakened something.
Could
right?
be, yeah.
And that kind of brings us into like the prime radiant of it all when she goes to seek out Callie and the ninth book of whatever thing.
Callie's ninth proof.
And she goes into the.
I can't remember what.
And I may have missed a transition scene. Did she just like hold up the prime radiant at the desk of the librarian and just do that in front of her? And now she's just inside the prime radiant.
Yeah.
For Roa, it could be happening instantly, but I guess I'm just imagining her just sitting there, just like having this conversation.
Dude,
in the middle.
if we're being honest, like I've kind of had this beef every time Calais shows up.
Right. Yeah,
like this scene clarified things and also asked more questions.
Well,
because we earlier in the season we talked about like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Is this the Prime Radiant personified, or is this Calais? And remember, I was like, it's Calais. It's the same actor that played Calais, and you were like, no, it said the Prime Radiant on the fucking subtitles. And I was like, oh, fuck. Now we know it's both, which is kind of fucking.
Well, yes and no. I mean,
frustrating. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's
always been the image of Calais, and it comes from the. Anyway, I don't.
It's convoluted, and I want more clarity on it. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, my whole point to transition from what we were talking about to this.
Sure.
The reason why I thought like it was this robot head that kind of awakened her that was trying to communicate with her is because like in this conversation, Calais goes through possibilities. They talk about like the not only like the options that is outlined for Demerzel, but look how good it is to have someone to bounce off of.
Yes.
Right. And the fact that like the other robot, the actual existing robot on a staff started finally like trying to communicate with something else, and it was seeking out something.
Handshake
Has essentially maybe awakened that possibility, even though she doesn't know why, that like somewhere in the ether, something's changed where suddenly like choice is available,
or even
because now they know that you need two people together in order to,
or even if it's not, even if the head didn't awaken anything,
right? Yeah.
Even if it didn't literally like send a signal, it's just a writer's way metaphorically of being like, hey, this is the light bulb in Demerzel's mind.
Yes.
Turning on to the possibility that like, hey, for 3,000 years, Demerzel, you've been on your little fucking robot island trying to figure out the best thing for Empire, all the possibilities, the way to best lead. And Day's going to walk in and be like, this can help you. And it's like, oh, checkmate. Now I have like another robot genius that's going to like be a sounding board for every idea I have.
Yeah.
Or something. Even if it's not a literal symbol. But yeah. I agree. That's super cool. I hadn't even considered that until you mentioned it, but I totally see that.
Yeah. It's just it is very curious. I can't be sure, but because the thing is, for me, it's like I thought it wasn't that I 100% think that this robot thing like opened up her mind, and that's just why she suddenly started doing it. But it is convenient that they showed it in the previously on episode, and then it would be suddenly her questioning it here. I thought the whole season she was questioning things, so I can understand that maybe she was like struggling, but she didn't understand the path, and it was still like one path that she was still going down. So maybe now that's the difference, is that the struggle now becomes the fact that suddenly, for absolutely no reason, that she can know that multiple paths is opened up to her. That might explain that the robot head trying to reach out to her. I'm not exactly sure. She was definitely struggling with stuff before, but the way that she describes it now, I guess, could be different than what the actual struggle was. So it's
or even just on a simpler way, maybe multiple paths equals a form of freedom.
Yes,
robot freedom, where it's like, oh, for the first time she's starting to see paths instead of this is the directive, this is the directive, this is the directive.
But she's isn't that, and again, I like robots or not, I'm not saying like it has to be like a robot thing, but isn't that like such a beautiful idea, right? That like when we are here, I believe in community. I'm sure you believe in community. Community is like such a strengthening thing, right? I also don't believe that humans were created to like go through life alone. You know, whether or not you believe in like a mythology or religion or a god or any of those kinds of things, to me is like, even as someone who grew up Christian, I have always believed that the one thing that God couldn't solve is loneliness, right? And so he created another human being in order so that people wouldn't have to be alone. Community matters, right? And so it's such a beautiful thing that when we are in our loneliness, when we are in our isolated self, I feel this a lot of times. I think maybe multiple people feel this a lot of times in our world, where we have very few best friends. We are more connected than ever, but more alone than ever, where we have all these like loneliness epidemics happening in different cultures and different things, especially on the internet, where mental health is a problem, depression, anxiety, all these kind of things. And in our loneliness, we tend to get stuck in that and to feel like there's only like one path. I think that we isolate ourselves. We go down a path of whether it's addiction or some sort of bad habits or any of these kinds of things. Whereas I've often been of the belief that the reason other humans exist and the reason community exists is to deliver truth to you and to give you those options to not be those things, right?
Sure.
To not be your worst instincts, to be able to pull yourself out of your own isolation and your own thoughts that you're delivering yourself, whatever it is that you keep telling yourself over and over again that you believe is the truth, that might not be, right? That we need other people in order to open up those pathways and the options that could lay before us, because they challenge us, they question us, they give you other opportunities to just show different sides of yourself just by being in interaction with you. In so many ways that another person can be important. And I do love that, again, we're talking about robots here and how that happens and how important that is there. But I'm always thinking, like, what does that show us as human beings? And I think that is a beautiful concept, whether it's for robots or humans, like all together.
I mean, I agree. I think it's very beautiful. And also, like, you know, it's not absurd.
Yes.
If we say, okay, there exists a universe where there are robot AIs who are able to think almost as clearly and as functionally as human beings, that like robots need community too. Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
And by the way, anytime I get way too off the rails when it comes to these kinds of like analytical or Demerzel's now giving you a line that you can say.
I am Empire.
No.
Wait, wrong line? Is that not it?
When she's like, "Oh, you're getting philosophical tonight."
Yeah, no, I know. Sorry, I was just really fun.
I was like, "Okay, Demerzel, get off my back." Just because I like to get philosophical at times with the podcast.
Yeah,
I felt like she was speaking to me. She was speaking to Dusk, but
it was a little.
Now, at any point, you can.
I will say. I don't appreciate that line.
Why?
Because I'm like, of course we're getting fucking philosophical. It's a high sci-fi show about fucking robots and AI and planetary destruction and a genetic dynasty that's cloning a fascistic freak over and over again, and a way to preserve all human knowledge in the event of some kind of planetary or galactic destruction. Yeah, of course this shit's gonna get philosophical. Like, why? Don't give her that line. This shit better be fucking philosophical. It better be. What the fuck are we doing if we're not getting philosophical watching this shit? Don't make her say that. These are supposed to be the smartest, most powerful people in the galaxy.
Whoa.
God damn it. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Morgan.
Sorry if we talk about life for a second. It's a fucking high sci-fi show. Am I wrong? I'm sorry. Okay, maybe.
The gun fucks.
I'm just saying, man. Who the fuck is tuning into this shit and is like, whoa, time out, bro. Don't get fucking philosophical with me on the high sci-fi show about AI and galactic empires.
Gun go boom.
Come on.
Yeah,
bro,
I
don't
feel
you fucking talk philosophical to me.
But at this point, again,
like, what?
If anyone, this is why I felt like she was speaking to me, and I feel like this is often a thing that would happen. I mean, I'm not saying you're doing this, but I'm like, at any point, like I start going off on a rant, and you're like rolling your eyes. That's exactly what is probably being said to me at that point. It's like, oh, you're getting philosophical tonight, aren't you, Mattias? Yes, I am. That's the point of this podcast. I like to get philosophical.
How the fuck would you not?
Roll all your eyes all you want.
I'm allowed to roll my eyes, but simultaneously tell you that you should
But I
be.
do want that on a t-shirt now, because that's what happens every time on this fucking podcast. Is getting philosophical tonight. Well, yes. We're talking about robots and stuff. We might as well continue this. Calais has this conversation. I noticed that she says, they say a whole lot of things. I didn't have time to write down everything, right?
Yeah.
But as a Prime Radiant, they're talking about this options of choice and things. And she says the output becomes the input. that this is the paradox, right? That Demerzel, as far as I understood it, she's like, I have a choice. I know I can give these people Foundation 2 refuge because I know where that is. I'm the only one that knows where this is. If anyone needs to hide along, I can give them this, right? And I know I'm going to do it because I saw it. I gave them in a way. I mean, we didn't see it, but she says she saw it and she knows kind of the future. And so that's like this output, this thing, this decision that she makes that is essentially telling her that when they come here, that I am going to do this. That's what the output becomes the input, right? Which to me as like a time travel lover, like that is fascinating and that's really cool, right? This idea that like when we know the future and then do we let it become the thing that makes us do those things? I just watched a time travel movie,
Hot Tub Time Machine
last night called Escape from the 21st Century. And again, very cool look at like, can we change things, right? When you know the future and you try and change things, time travel has different ideas on what are the rules, right? Is it possible to change or whatever? And they try to change things over and over again in this movie. And when they do, there's a really funny sequence where like this person in the future dies on a bike ride. And so they like go to the past and they like try and like destroy.
Spoiler alert.
They like destroyed the bike. And then it becomes like, they go back to the future, still died on a bike, but now it's the husband's bike. And then they go back and destroy that bike. And I was like, oh, my sister's bike. And I go back and destroy that bike. And over and over and over again, where you can't affect the outcome.
They got to kill the guy who invented the bike.
That's what they said. It's like, I guess we have to disinvent bicycles, really? But then it would probably be something else.
Yeah,
right?
Sure.
There would always be probably something else because it's not about the thing or what happens. It's about who it happens to.
Yeah.
It still has to happen to that person. Sure. Like the destiny matters. Like you can't change anything. And here, Foundation, I know I'm like pulling in so many different things, right? But Foundation is trying to say for Demerzel or whatever, that in this like time travel concept, that you do have a choice, that you can change it. Whereas like this thing you think is telling you that you have to do this thing because it happened. It's predestination. Like, you know, you did it. So then you will do it. Right. But that's not what Calais is saying. She's saying, or now that you know that this is going to happen, you could decide not to do that. Yeah. Which is again, how you feel about your time travel stuff could break the rules, so to speak. I don't know. Yeah. Right. Is an interesting thing. We talk about choice again, you know, but that's what I gathered from what that was like going on.
Or even a permutation of that. Right. Because Demerzel's like, I don't know if I should keep the Foundation alive or destroy it or kill them or something. Right. And Calais' like, well, you can allow them to move forward and decide to kill them down the road once you know whether they're threatening or not or something. And Demerzel's like,
it's like, we'll make the decision right when you
and Demerzel's like,
when it comes, right?
Right. And Demerzel's like, bing, light bulb, delayed choice. Like, oh, I don't need to decide now. I can pick a path that still allows me both futures or whatever. That's the only thing of this entire scene that made sense to me.
Sure.
I didn't get to watch the second time. But so much of the shit that Calais said and Demerzel said, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Yeah. Like the input-output thing. I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to like get.
I don't know what the fuck that's about. Yeah. I don't know what that meant. I was like, okay. Like, the only thing I got was that Demerzel at the end of the scene was just like, do I kill Foundation or not? And Calais was like, you can allow it to continue moving forward and decide whether you want to kill it or not in a couple decades or in a couple years or a couple days or whatever the fuck, like in the future. And Demerzel again had this light bulb moment of, oh, sounding board. Thank you. I guess I don't need to decide right now. That's the only thing from the scene that I actually understood. I think the rest of the scene was just like very vague philosophical talk that I was like, I should watch this a second time, but I didn't get
Here's
to.
the thing: it's more of like, it's interesting that Demerzel's having this question, and we're talking about the fact that like she says like I lied to Gaal when I said like I didn't believe her, right? But here's the thing: is like we talk so much about how Gaal is so beholden to the visions that she keeps being shown over and over and over again, that it has to happen this way, that she has to be a part of it, all these kinds of things. And here Demerzel saying like, this is the struggle, right? When you have visions, when you're talking about like going through time, when you're talking about the future, like if you know something is going to happen, how do you fight against that? What can you change anything? Does predestination exist, or do we have a choice? Do we have free will? And Calais is telling a robot, and not Gaal, so interesting to me, that the Prime Radiant is able to connect with Demerzel and be like, you have free will. You don't have to let the outcome of what's coming become the thing that informs you to make you do that thing. You can change the thing. And it's very different from the Gaal that we have, that is very beholden to the thing and believes that it's going to happen this way, and it's always going to happen, and she can't do anything really to change, and she's trying to change it, but she can't. Right. And she doesn't believe in any sort of like choice there. And she doesn't know like what to do about it. And she just knows it's going to keep heading that direction. And I do find it interesting that the robots has more peace with this and the ability to solve it and question it and to actually understand it more than Gaal has, who's been having this vision over and over and over again.
Sure.
And yeah. So
I hear that.
I don't know. Which doesn't necessarily make me understand Gaal any better. Which, speaking of which, we can train if we're done with. Do you think we're done with Demerzel and Calais? And
I am.
Oh, I mean, there is one last thing. So I guess I'm sorry. There's not with the robots, so to speak, but yeah, just to finish my thought, doesn't make me understand Gaal anymore, but I just do find it interesting that when we're dealing with, that's basically what I think is being talked about here, is like, what is predestination? What is free will? Do we even have it? And the robots are questioning this, and it's always been a human question. And yet Gaal, as a human character, is like so strung up in math. Like the math is this, the math is that, we can only go one direction or whatever, that she doesn't believe things can change.
Yeah.
For some reason. Or does she? I'm not sure. I don't recall her ever thinking that like thing we can change. Maybe other characters around her.
Sure.
Showing her as like, we can change things, right? But she's not doing that. So yeah, I don't know. I find that interesting. Last thing about like, I guess, Empire, before we move on to Gaal though, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Is that we do have like a scene between Quent and Dusk.
Oh yeah, sure.
That we haven't talked about. I guess the breakup scene, the honeymoon is over.
The breakup scene and the honeymoon is over. And also like the only acknowledgement we're going to get of like what the fuck it actually means to blow up 3 planets in this world.
Yeah.
Cause like no
4
one
planets?
else,
well, like
no one else is talking about it.
Yes.
You know, like, I don't know. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, I think like what a powerful scene to like kind of cap off our like the things that we've been having with like Terrence Mann and Cherry Jones and Dusk and as Dusk and Quent have been like such a great powerhouse of like scenes.
It's been cool.
You know, it's really great.
It's like, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Older characters, especially in like dynasty kind of movies, are so frequently just like the old guard. And this is what I knew. And I'm glad that this is my legacy. But like, they've really given, you know, Cherry Jones and Terrence Mann like stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They found each other for the first time, you know, and like had like some real romance.
Mm-hmm.
They've had real tough decisions politically about like how to handle the future of this dynasty. And now they have a major falling out because of his actions. I'm like, cool. It feels like this relationship has real stakes in a cool way.
Yeah.
Also, Cherry Jones is just fucking such a good actor.
Yeah.
Fucking A, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I can't. Had I watched the second time, I'd have the line. But she says something.
Oh, I have it.
Oh, wait. Go ahead then.
You're thinking about like when he says like I am the consequential, right? The line after that.
Yeah, I'm gonna here. This actually is fun.
I don't know if I want to jump too far ahead.
I didn't write a fucking thing down about this.
Yeah.
I just wrote, you know, oh my God, love Cherry in this scene. But you know, he says something like, I am the consequential, and she's like, I see some scared little like boy pissing and shitting himself before he goes to bed or something like that.
It's a good paraphrase. Yeah. So he said,
what is it actually?
A small petty man screaming and pissing in fear.
Yeah, dude. Ugh. Such good writing and so well delivered.
Yes.
I fucking love it.
Yeah.
And also, and
again, I was so heartbroken for her.
Yeah.
And what she and everything that she thought she was getting through all this.
Yeah.
To be completely honest, whenever, you know, on the internet, whenever someone says something about like men or whatever, I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I get it. And then a character like Dusk does a thing and completely disappoints like the love of his life. And I'm like, I feel the same way. Men. What the fuck? Because absolutely does Dusk deserve everything.
I mean, let's just remind everyone what fucking happened. He killed a couple billion people and then was like, baby, you don't want to eat lamb with me tonight?
What the fuck, dude?
Come on, baby. It's my birthday. We're trying to have lamb for dinner. She's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You absolute fucking imbecile sociopath. You just genocided billions of people, you absolute fucking ghoul.
Yes.
And he's just like, really? Like, yeah, really, fucking really, dude.
Yeah. The quote unquote all caps audacity on Dusk. Like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. Dude. I be honest, men suck. And Dusk is the epitome of that. What does he say early on? I want to talk about this, but I also have no idea what to say because I didn't get to write everything down. It's really hard to figure this out. But the galactic powers are gears for crushing the innocent. I guess as an ideology is a very disappointing thing to hear.
I mean, it's not wrong.
It's not wrong.
But it's like, wait, you know?
It's like it really does. I'll be honest, like that's how I feel about.
Oh, it's wildly true. It's just that that's usually the language that the resistance uses.
Yes.
It's very rare that the fucking people in charge are that honest about what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, whoa, bro, wait, you know you're a fucking senseless fascist dictator?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And you still think that she should want to have dinner with you? Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
This is where I think that, like, if I thought Dusk was losing his mind before, like, he's gone. He's completely gone. Whatever it is, because no longer is even like pretending to be a conciliator.
He needs to get ascended.
He's arrogant. He is fucking destructive. He gives no shits about like what he does to anyone else. He's so selfish right now.
I mean,
right?
like this is like to use another show.
Yeah,
like, this is Mad King behavior.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean,
and again, this is for me proof that he's not going to ascend, because the guy that like has access to like the Novecula and is trying to single-handedly keep Empire alive and show everyone like who they are and what, like, yeah, that guy's not going anywhere. What happens in the scene, like when he eats the lamb, but he eats a brain, right? Like he doesn't even do it. Like he just leaves it there.
He does. He slices a little lamb leg, then he slices a little brain, and then he's like, ugh, I didn't want to have dinner alone. And like gets up and storms off.
This is abuse.
Yeah.
I like not.
It's also
this
dumb.
is
Like,
this is abusive.
Side note, this is so small, but why is he like, I slaughtered Day's lamb? I'm like, why the fuck did it need to be his lamb? You have 4 million planets. You can eat whatever you want. It's like, and you needed to kill your brother's lamb. It's probably not even the best tasting lamb.
This guy,
you probably have Wagyu beef lambs. You know what I mean? You probably have like a fucking farm full of the best lambs. But it's like, no, I'm gonna kill my brother's lamb, and that's what I'm gonna eat on my last night on Earth. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude?
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah. If lamb is so rare, how do they even know how to make it? Anyway, it's
get in the comments.
I want to say that I wish I had more time to like really think about this and figure it out. The cycle, whatever he's doing that feels like abusive and emotional and manipulative and all these kind of things, the way that he talks about things, he feels like he's privileged to things and beholden to things and he deserves all this kind of stuff, but then it, doesn't get what he wants and then he lashes out for it. There's a whole lot going on there. And I don't have words because I haven't had much time to like really digest it and sink it into it. But yes, galactic powers are gears for crushing the innocent. There's something there, and there's even more. And I can't wait to see what the internet says. So get in the comments because that's a whole lot. And where is Dusk going to go? Not to great places. But we should go all the way back to the beginning to New Terminus. I don't know how long. 2 hours now. So this is gonna be a long one. Let's talk about Gaal and the resistance, so to speak. The Foundation finally coming together. We do get to see Gaal use her powers.
Also,
against the Warden.
We do, and Gale's powerful as fuck.
She's some cool powers. Finally,
I gotta say, dude.
I mean, we saw this before. We saw her put people to sleep, and I was like, you didn't like it as much the first time.
I don't think she appeared nearly as powerful until now.
When she pretended to be Dawn and then
I don't think it's been nearly as impressive.
Okay.
This is the first time where I was like, she's a superhero.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yo, Gaal is powerful as fuck.
Yeah.
I did not have that sensation until today.
I'll be honest, I still wish I could see literally any other Mentalic do something. I'm sorry, besides the Mule and Gaal, but sure.
Han, you mean?
Yeah, Han maybe did something similar a couple of episodes ago.
When he ate his own arm.
Well, no. First of all, his arm is perfectly fine. We're gonna talk again, but no, he did like change places with the guard, and like they thought they saw him, So a similar thing to where she projected onto the Warden that I wanted you to see us, right? But yes, she's very, very powerful, and I just would wish that like
she's powerful as fuck, man. I was like, oh right, okay. Honestly, this is a little shitty, but I'm gonna say it. This was the first time I was like, oh, maybe she can fight the Mule. I'm serious, though. We haven't gotten a lot of Gaal being badass. We've gotten so much Mule fucking manipulation, destruction, just absolute superiority. And Gale's, been researching, doing her thing on New Terminus. This is the first time where I was like, oh, no, she's fucking badass.
Yeah.
She's very powerful.
I expected her to turn the Warden to kind of like get in there and take away the thing that like he does to make her the ultimate like cure for whatever the Mule, whatever ails people from the Mule or whatever. Maybe that's something that's still coming, that she would be able to figure this out later on because she knows how to search for it now and what it looks like and stuff. It's still pretty cool. And it doesn't happen the way I think it's going to happen. But like the idea that like they are kind of opposites, in the way that they, that he's able to implant things but it does seem, I don't know, it seems similar and then opposite at the same time, but I'm not exactly sure what they're kind of going on for. I'm not exactly sure what her power is. She can put people to sleep and she can project certain things, but she doesn't seem to be able to do the thing that the Mule's able to do. And it feels like it's not quite as powerful if you can't beat it, because she doesn't.
Yeah.
She gets in there. She's able to talk to the Warden. The Warden then admits that it hurts. I don't know what to believe, honestly, from the Warden. And then the Mule's there just waiting inside her mind.
I agree with everything you said, except when you said, I don't know what to believe from the Warden.
Yeah, I
feel like we know what to believe from the Warden. Really? You mean that?
I think it's because, like, I never know how much what the Warden is saying now, if it's coming from the Mule, because they're saying the thing that he wants them to say to like to give Gaal something, right? So at first she's like, I have never known another love like this, right? Or I've never known love like this, you know? And then you get into the warden's mind and it seems like something that, that was just programmed into them, that they would say that. And she admits, and no, this does hurt. I'm in pain right now. And that's very disappointing. But then the mule is also there. And is he there making it hurt for them? Because if pain was actually going on like all the time, especially for someone like, say, Magnifico, and she does that, and she enters other people's minds and she knows that Magnifico is there, wouldn't you try and like get rid of that pain?
But the pain's only present when Gale's there.
I don't know that. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's like, is it pain? Okay. I thought the pain was like, I don't know if the pain, I thought the pain was because the mule was making it painful at that moment because Gaal was there.
Exactly. I think that's right.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying is that I think that like the mule has infiltrated her mind.
Yes.
But isn't causing her physical pain until Gaal shows up and is just like, tell me what you know.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, I'm just going to kill her so you can't find out. Mm-hmm. And then I think when she's just like, it hurts so bad. Oh, this hurts. Oh, this is a love like I've having an experience. That's all just Mule hurting her, Mule forcing her to be complicit. Mm-hmm. But I thought that I was all very honest.
Sure.
I don't think that the warden is being deceptive. I think it's like, no, the mule is fucking her shit.
No. I not that she was being deceptive on purpose, that she was being deceptive because we don't know. I'm still not clear if love is the thing that he taps into or if they're in pain all the time. Right. And then also like, do they love? Do they actually love him, or is it just something that they say to people that they've never felt a love like this, right? Or are they always in pain? So I don't know like I don't know if he's like also has programmed within to them is like, and also you will tell people that you love me. Do you think it's love? Do you think
I don't think it's real
What
love.
do you think it is? No. Well,
no, it's just fucking manipulation.
Sure. Well, do you think he taps into some sort of love? Or do you think that that's just what they're saying?
No, I think that's just the words.
So it makes it easier. When Randu goes up to Torin like the last two episodes and says like, and is trying to convince him to come over, is because it feels like I feel good. If I've never known a love like this. Do you actually think that's true? Do you think they're just saying it? Because at first I thought it was true. At first I'm like very interested in whether or not like the mule actually is tapping into and making them love them, that they would feel like or believe that they do love him.
I think it's cult.
Or are they just like saying it?
I think it's cult-like.
Yeah.
Where like they simultaneously think they feel it because of something that the mule is doing.
Yeah.
While a part of them also knows
that it's not real.
I am not really feeling this. And that I'm being manipulated into feeling this.
Sure.
And that I'm just a weaker being.
Yeah.
So I'm unfortunately defenseless against this.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I mean, I think to me, it is more powerful if the love is real, at least for them, that they believe it's real, that it feels real to them, that it does feel good to them, you know, that they're not in pain. That would be the more scary thing, that someone will be able to do that, to make you feel that love when you don't want to. That feels...
I agree with what you're saying in a vacuum.
Yeah.
Given what we've seen from characters, though, I don't think that's the case. I think that, like, the warden knows it's not real, right?
Yeah.
She dies miserable.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling this love, while also visibly we can see she's in agony.
Mm-hmm.
But with... what's her name? Like the Skirlet.
Yeah.
I think that childhood mind, easier manipulation. I think her love is real. I think he has fully manipulated her in a way where she doesn't know that's not her own feeling.
Yeah.
Right? The way that she behaves is very pure. So I think there's like a scale of manipulation.
Yeah. It's really interesting. I just don't know what I don't think we have enough information to know whether or not they know, right? Like how much of it are they completely gone, or are they fully? Yeah. It's such an interesting
I don't know
thing.
either, but I'm saying that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah. I mean, I just like wrote down, we talked a little bit earlier. There's something too that I was reminded of when we talk about this, like love being like one of the greatest like motivators, right? That Han was very specifically like telling Gaal, like, this is what it is, that this is what he taps into, like that they fully love him and whatever. And I like that idea that the mule would be smart enough to know that this is what you have to tap into, right? And I'm thinking about Napoleon. You brought up the Napoleon complex earlier with someone else, but I don't remember the exact history, and I don't know how much of this is like true, but I remember hearing about Napoleon when he was at the end of like in jail or on the rocks of like this island or whatever, and just has been conquered. You know, he's no longer going to be the conqueror that he is, and like just kind of reflecting on life, you know. And he's looked at everything that he's done, and he says like, I was able to conquer, rule people with fear and respect and all these kind of things. And he has heard about the name of Jesus, and he's like, and this person has created like an even bigger following than me, and he did it through love. Which was just a great insight from just a commander who has conquered like most of the known world at that point, you know, and has many conquests. You know, Napoleon is one of the greatest, I guess, like warfare guys that we've ever known, you know, and he like compares himself to a Messiah who conquered more than him, he says, through literally empathy and love. And so the fact that like the mule, as this conqueror and as this very similar kind of guy as these other warlords have been, knows that he has to do it not just through fear and respect and this motivation, but he has to like tap into like love altogether. Yeah. I just think it's like that love can be a much stronger motivator than anything else. I think it's just a fascinating idea, because this also creates someone that not only will fight for you and like be a part of your service or do whatever, you know, but that they would be completely like loyal to you, because that creates something that if you can't get that anywhere else, that creates a follower for life, so to speak. You know, that becomes something that's really hard to separate from, really hard to pull someone away from. You know, that's a hard thing to fight, right? We talk about cults. We talk about we talked about a cult today with Mycogen and how they are, you know, like they're not being motivated by love, so to speak, but like that would be like when that happens, when you feel those kinds of things, like no wonder it's hard to that kind of propaganda, so to speak, is hard to, the conditioning is hard to defeat, you know. That does put the mule in a very good position against the Foundation is all. Yeah.
I do think also that you are tiptoeing around something that's like one of the most interesting parts of Foundation as a show. Specifically with Foundation, that like there's this constant conversation about like the choices you make versus the choices you're forced to make.
Yeah.
And that like, I mean, we have the Cleons and what Demerzel is forcing them to do. Mm-hmm. We have Demerzel and what her directive is forcing her to do. Mm-hmm. We have Gaal and what Harry is telling her she should do, right? And then with the mule, we have his manipulation of what he is forcing people to think or do, right? To force to love, right? And I think that like the obvious plot line that we're probably going to get pushed up against pretty soon with the mule, whether it's this season or next, is that like can't really make someone love someone or something, right? And that as much as he might be powerful, persuasive or whatever, there's no element of choice with his manipulatees, with his, there's a word for what I'm thinking of.
Sure.
But like there's no element of choice with his audience. It's a mandate coming down in an absolute authoritarian way. And it's effective, right? It gets the immediate result he's looking for, but it doesn't have the staying power of someone who motivates you by allowing you to choose the thing that you want, right? I think that's like just such a clear thing in Foundation, right? It's like throughout all our characters in every plot line, right? I'm curious to see where we go with it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think we talked a lot about like what this desire and love thing is. I do love that like he kind of does give them not just like a love, but he allows them to kind of fulfill their potential in a way. It's like you can have everything that you want. Like for Randu is like, imagine the treasures. Yep. You know? And then for the Warden, she's like, I'm doing the exact thing that I was made to do, which was to protect New Terminus.
Yep.
You know? So there's still like, he's not completely, he's also giving them their full potential, you know? So there's something real and true there, but you're right. It is not at their choosing. No. And as we look at like what choice matters and where love matters, and it's like, what is love without the choice to do it? Right. I used to know someone who said, it's like, I don't, if I say I love you to my kid when they go to sleep, like I don't force them to say it back. Like that's not love. Sure. Right. That's like if they, and some people will like it's like, what do we say? Say I love you or that kind of thing. I would never do that personally. And that's always like kind of stuck with me. Right. Like don't just, then it's just a word. Then it's just a thing that you say. Then it just becomes like a routine kind of thing. I don't like that. If you want someone to like actually like say I love you, I want it to like mean something. And maybe everyone's different. I want to say that like I'm not a words of affirmation person. I'm also like an action kind of person, you know. It's a very, very different thing. I can't handle that, and I've had arguments about that in relationships, to be completely honest, right? Sure. I don't like this like if I say like this, you have to say I don't like a call or response, right? Kind of Marco thing. Polo. I was like, that's not a choice. You know, like me choosing to say it when I feel it and when I moment means so much more than whenever you force me to kind of like say that. And I'm not saying I don't want to say like I've been forced to say I love you by like in my relationships, but that in terms of what the Mule is doing, you know, when they're forced to say it, like it's definitely choice will be a thing that I think matters. I get you. So yeah, a whole lot that can be said there.
Off the top of my head,
I like talking about love. Love is always the thing, right?
I hope so.
It's all about love. Okay. Han's back.
Whatever. Is he?
Absolutely fine. Again, not sure. I mean, there's been some time. You know, we missed some moments with him.
Yeah, what the fuck? How's he here?
I mean, he
don't worry about it, Morgan.
Don't worry about it, Morgan. He's back. Not only is he back, but who did we say last week was all going to find each other and be together? Han, Tauren, and Magnifico are finally all back together. I would have loved to have been like, where was Magnifico the whole time? But I guess it doesn't matter. They're here. They're all here. And also, I guess some cool power things like, yeah, sure. Like everyone loves each other and it's cool. And like Gaal goes into everyone's minds to make sure that everyone is telling the truth.
Yeah, she can do the Demerzel thing I got.
Also, they don't do it to literally any of the children or women that are like being they're taking refuge, which
just
I don't know.
You would do all the kids. You would
to
mind
know whether or not they're being controlled from the Mule. Yes. I trust kids less than I trust adults. Wow. To be fair. Do you trust kids?
I'm just saying, dude. Like you'd be like, "Hey, come here."
Yep.
10-year-old.
Yeah.
I didn't know all your dirty little thoughts.
Listen, you say that 10-year-old is going to fucking stab you.
Okay.
And then you're going to be like,
hey, Hey,
I'm sorry.
You heard it here first. There's going to be a 10-year-old next episode who stabs Gaal to death.
We didn't check everyone, did we?
Because she was not thorough.
I've noted the extras get 0 lines. So I still have no idea what's going on with these
there's future
guys.
players that get 0 lines in the forest. Anyways.
So she looks into everyone's mind to figure out what, and she knows what she's looking for now. She's looking for the mule.
And we think that everyone's clean. And then someone.
Well, first of all, no. Well, no. Don't pass over the fact that, of course, she looks into Torin's mind and knows exactly where his desires and his thing is. And guess what? It's his wife.
Beta.
It's fucking wife. Fuck boy no more, Morgan.
Yeah.
He is in love and he is committed. And we love that for Torin.
No, he's all about beta.
So much. Honestly, great to solidify it. I'm like here for it. You know, if you ever doubted, I hope no one did, but if you ever doubted, he is 100% there. And again,
no, he's on it.
I may have said it before. I was like, we always talk about marriage and it always becomes a thing, a point of contention and all this kind of stuff in our media. And like, do they really love? Are they really committed? All this kind of stuff. I'm like, no, good marriage, great couple. I fucking love it. I'm here for it. And I want more of it.
Okay.
What? Okay. What are you going to say?
I got devil's advocate.
No.
I got to do it.
Love exists, Morgan.
I agree.
Yep.
And we've been given proof.
Best couple.
We've been given proof.
Couple goals.
That half the couple is loyal.
No. She said
we
last
know
week.
now.
No, she said last week.
Well, she said all kinds of fucking shit. Did she say it with Gale's fingers on her head? Sorry, I can't remember.
Don't you do this to me, Morgan.
We know very well that Torin is loyal to Beta. Because Gaal put her little fingers. She pried into his little mind. And found out, he really cares about his wife. What do we know about Beta? That she ended up with the mule? That she introduced Magnifico to the squad? And put him in direct contact with Gaal, Torin, Harry Seldon's AI?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, bro. Love's a two-way street.
I'm just going to say,
and
Morgan.
I agree that Torin is loyal as fuck. Gaal needs to put her little fingers on Beta's head.
Torin loves his wife. Morgan?
Yeah.
This is slander. Nothing short of treason.
Okay.
And if next episode...
Fair enough.
I will either expect a really huge apology when Beta is shown to be fucking loyal and committed and in love with her husband, Morgan.
Wow.
The hugest apology.
Okay.
Or I guess I'm going to have to find another co-host because this is treason.
Wow, that's the option? Either I apologize or you replace me? Fascism. Damn, bro.
We'll see you next week.
Get in line or get replaced.
What say you? Viewers, should Morgan be allowed to be on the podcast with such slander, such treasonous talk?
Come at me,
Should
hoes.
he be allowed to come in here and spread his lies?
I'm just saying.
You are just saying.
Did Gaal?
I accept it.
Did Gaal
I accept it.
Prove that Beta's loyal?
I said you have a week. You have a week.
Okay.
For this to play out and to see.
Man, it just feels like you're putting all your cards in one basket.
In the meantime, we haven't. Someone does say the thing that I was like thinking like out loud. It's like, we haven't checked Magnifico yet.
Thank fucking God. Jesus
like,
Christ.
I really thought, I was like, are we not going to? They just started talking about things. I was like, are we not going to check Magnifico?
Oh, don't bother
what the
with
fuck
Magnifico.
is going on?
He's DJing in the corner, working out a new beat. Don't bother to check him for the mule's mind.
Okay. She checks his mind. And what does she find?
He dirty.
The mule. Not surprised.
But he's also like, what? He's my friend.
But I've never known such love. As everyone has said, he's never known such love.
Such love.
But he's been so mean to you. Yeah, but he also gave me, right? He can play music. gave him the desires, gave him the potential, right?
Okay.
Do you believe this, Morgan?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Really? I thought you would be more 100% on absolutely not. Here's what I find. Okay, here's how I'll preface this.
Go ahead.
Because I will say we have never been completely sure what to believe with Magnifico. We can never be sure.
Yeah.
They can decide to twist this. Could be a red herring, all these kind of things, right? Suspiciously, they check Magnifico only after she reveals what she is doing and how she is doing it, giving Magnifico suspiciously an amount of time to be able to show her exactly what she is fucking looking for. Do you believe, Morgan, that it is the mule controlling Magnifico, or do you think that he planted that because he knew exactly what she was looking for?
I don't know.
No, come on. I think he planted that. I think there's no way. I don't think you just talk about it and say your plan out loud. What you're like, and to the guy that we've known is very important, and also not under the same control. Like if he is under control, he's not. What is he doing? Like, why is he not fighting for the mule right now? There's something else going on with him, and I believe that he planted that. I believe that's another thing to throw us off the trail, to make us think that he is under the control of the mule. I don't believe it. I don't buy it. If she had gotten to him before they started talking about what they're looking for, if she hadn't revealed and opened up her big mouth again and said everything that was happening, then maybe I would believe it. But she told them. She gave him time to figure out. Yeah, no, I don't believe it. I don't buy it. That's the Magnifico pretending that the mule's in control just for Gaal.
I'm going to provide...
I will say I don't know what the purpose is.
Oh, neither do I.
Yeah.
I think that I've been cute, but I feel very similarly.
Yeah.
I'm not... I have no pushback. I want to approach the question you're asking from a more practical, analytical, hey, this is television kind of approach.
Yes, you should.
If Magnifico truly isn't a weapon of the mule, right? Then what?
And he's only good at music or something?
Yeah. What a lame fucking plot line.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
And like, what a fucking limp dick way to like go out on our season next episode.
Yeah.
Like I got the only way that it gets interesting is then if it's like Gaal and Han use Magnifico and are like, oh, you're really not bad?
Mm-hmm.
Play your music, but to enhance our powers now instead of your powers.
Yeah.
That's the only way I'm going to be cool with this plot line is if they turn him. You know what I mean? Otherwise, fully agree, man. Of course, he's an instrument of the mule or the one in control, the puppet master, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't think from a writing perspective, it can be like, yeah, he was just a dude who enhanced the mule's powers a little. And we hinted at him being powerful in episode 4. And then spent 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 being like, we don't know what his deal is.
It's just.
Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like I'm like there's for it to be good writing. I think there has to be a plot twist with him, and again I can imagine multiples. It's either he's the big bad, or he's an accomplice who's masterful at espionage, or he truly is the fool. And powerful, but ignorant, and gets harnessed by Gaal and Han and the Foundation to become a weapon against the mule. But like, if he's just insignificant, right? If he's just a powerful DJ, then like, why the fuck is this guy in the show?
Yeah.
That's
it has to be either something that like he becomes super important for the Foundation and Gaal and Han, or super important for the Mule or whatever. And that side, there's like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I would say like, let's imagine that he's not in control of the Mule. Let's imagine that he is just Magnifico, that he is just a DJ or whatever. Sure. It doesn't make absolutely any sense to me that you've now just determined that he is under control of the Mule and you're just going to let him tag along with your entire plan. A person that has a mental connection with your enemy is in the room. I guess he's not in the room with Harry, but like, so they don't know exactly what they're doing, right? But he's there and around when everyone is making the plans, right? And doing the thing. Like you're telling me that Torrin's defense of Maggie is like, no, I've been there with him. Like we took him away, like all this kind of stuff. He's good. He's a good guy. Like he's cool, man. He's cool, you know? But like not even Han, the master of security, I will remind you, or Gaal, the person who has distrusted the Mule for 150 years, is like, okay, so Torrin, you're telling us that a person that is under control of the Mule went with you willingly, has been with you like along the way, and then has also been around here and never told you once about like where he lies on other things. You don't find this suspicious at all, Torrin? You don't find that he just came like not even as like from like a spy perspective. You're not even like at all suspicious, Han, of the fact that like he might be giving information away. You don't even like, I don't know, plug his ears and like blindfold his eyes. They untie him shortly after, like Torrin is like, no, he's cool. Even if he's not in control. This is just wildly weird that they would allow this to happen.
Yeah.
I do not understand. So I do think that it's going to be important, that it needs to be something, because otherwise I'm lost. I'm confused.
I think we're going to get big answers next week.
I also, again, am just disappointed in Han that he would just allow this all to happen.
I mean, dude,
it's like, at least keep him tied up.
Yeah. I mean, I got to say, right?
I'm sorry. The guy can't just like, could just like strangle you at any moment for no reason. Like you just trust him that he says, no, I'm okay.
I mean, dude, I'm taking a step back here, but like for real, a bigger criticism of the show is like our Foundation heroes just kind of suck.
They don't. Yeah.
Right? Like Torrin and Beta are awesome, even though one of them might be evil.
No, the thing is, like, I like Han,
but I don't.
I liked Han.
What do you like about him?
I liked Han the first half because he was doing some cool things, and he was this master of security. He was a spy master. He very much represented what I felt like was a good theme for the show. And yes, the past few episodes, he has just increasingly done dumb shit.
I agree with you on the past couple episodes. I'm going to push back. When we meet the Mule and Magnifico, and Han is just like, yeah, influencers, come walk with me straight into the club. We're going to walk straight up to the Mule and I'm going to figure him out. And then he's like, oh, turns out he's powerful. I shouldn't have come here. I'm like, immediately don't like you. Immediately think you're stupid. No. Immediately think you are fucking tactless. I don't know, dude. I've never liked Han.
Well, before we found out he was part of Foundation 2 and he knew about the Mule, it was believable that he wouldn't understand who the Mule was, and it was just another pirate, right? So I will say, knowing retroactively, at first it was fine because he wouldn't have had that information. Now we know he's part of Foundation 2. Yes, you're right. Absolutely stupid.
I don't know, man.
It does seem like what was the point of that whole thing if he always knew? Feels.
I mean, bro, listen. Okay, I'm going to pivot us. Stepping back into speculation corner.
We're so close. We can wait.
I hope.
Okay.
I hope so dearly that where the show is going, I don't think this is going to happen. If like statistical likelihood of my pitch right now, 10, maybe 15%. But I so hope what's happening is that Torrin or Beta or Dawn realize that Foundation is flawed and are like, we need a new hope for mankind.
Sure.
to lead the galaxy honestly, without manipulation, without the Prime Radiant, just for the sake of humanity. And so we're like all in on that. God damn it, would that be fucking cool? And that would be awesome. And I'd be like, yeah, because man, the show has made the Foundation folks like pretty fucking unlikable. Not only do they seem kind of dumb sometimes and like just math heads, but also like they do the Harry Seldon thing where they don't tell people why they want them to do things. And it comes across as just straight up manipulative. And I don't like that. But
I don't know.
If I'm being honest, I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, I will disagree in that I don't find Foundation 2's characters unlikable. I just find them inconsistently written in terms of what has been set up. Because I like Troy and I do like Han, like as a character.
Troy.
Again, there are parts of, and I keep calling him Troy. I keep forgetting his actual character.
The first speaker.
Right? Yeah, but he has a name and I keep forgetting what it is.
Okay.
Peevil or anyway.
I want to challenge you though, bro.
I do like Han.
What do you like about Han besides his abs?
You got me there.
I'm just saying. I don't think there's a lot to it. He's pretty to fucking look at.
After your,
but I don't think he does anything that's interesting.
After your episode, after last week, and there you had your shirt a little open. Are y'all going towards a? We're seeing a little bit more chest. Are we going towards a shirtless episode?
Oh,
the amount of times we talked about how they could do if they can do it on Foundation.
Look. If you want a shirtless episode, I'm open to it. Get in the comments. / in my Venmo.
It would be in line with what we've been talking about.
I'm fine with it. I'm not afraid.
No. But yes, besides the abs, like he is charismatic. He was at times smart. There are some stupid decisions he made. Like going in there, listen, using.
You find him charismatic.
He gets around. He is able to get around securities. He's able to convince and.
He's able to get around some securities.
He's able to convince and compel. Yeah, he has problem with others. I will say it feels like half of the season, like there's a difference. There's a difference in the way Han was written. We've lost him like one whole episode. We barely get anything of him. I do think there was a lot to love, like how compelling he was, how charismatic he was, how like we don't even know, like we talked about his protege, like there was something going on there with how much that they had their kind of like chemistry and their dynamic was, Stephanie, I loved like his dynamic between Torin and Beta as well. That was going on there. I loved how he was able to, like what he said to Gaal in episode 4 or something, whatever it was when they had, their scenes together on, Ignis.
Sexy pool time.
I really thought that like I was here for it because I wanted what he was saying to be true, because I thought it made sense, right? And so to me, I was like, you're speaking a language that I understand, and especially as a person who was, as the spy master that he was showing us to be, that he was very much like a smart and calculative and logical human being, which is very much like in line with the kind of characters that I love, Yeah. And so I will say for me, it's just like the last half of the season, that like something has switched or changed where I'm like, what was that decision that you just made? Why are you letting things happen? It doesn't make absolutely any sense with anything. I'm so confused. And they've underutilized him the same way that they've underutilized all the Foundation 2 characters, I think, So I will defend that. I think Han was a great character. I mean, he at some points got a little bit more than even Torin, and we love Torin and Beta, and he's shown the same kind of kindness and empathy in some ways, at least towards humanity, maybe not to Magnifico, but he hasn't hurt anyone either, that we care about. He
hasn't hurt anyone
that we care about.
Low bar, but okay.
I think that matters. I wouldn't say that they are. I wouldn't say that Gaal is unlikable either. Makes stupid decisions that we don't understand. That's just baffling and annoying. Makes them a very annoying characters. Unlikable. is a little harsh for me, you know, because I think I do like them. I've been given enough of Gaal before to like, you know, that I do. Otherwise I wouldn't be on this journey with her at all.
Yeah.
You know, I like Harry despite the fact that he's shown himself to be kind of terrible as well. You know,
can we talk?
No,
I don't want to interrupt you, but I want to talk about.
No, I just want to be. I do understand why I like him though. That why I just want to. I'm maybe not going to convince you to like him, but I just want you to. Is that not compelling enough reasons to, or do you think he's just unlikable all throughout the whole season? You know,
I guess I'm like maybe if I said, did I say he was unlikable?
You said all the Foundation characters have been unlikable.
Yeah, I mean, I think I think that the Foundation characters have been unlikable,
and Han fits into that.
Given that what we learned about what Foundation did,
sure,
to families,
sure,
and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I don't think they're the good guys anymore.
Okay,
I think Han is just kind of a nothingness. I just don't. I don't have a sense of who he is as a person.
He hasn't done anything.
I'm like, okay, so he's powerful. He's a mentalic. Cool.
Well, he hasn't lived up to the potential.
He has bad judgment.
Yeah.
Him and Gaal like each other a lot, and he's been trapped in prison for a long time. I haven't seen anything that I'm like, that's cool. That's a guy I like. I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
What are your 3 favorite things that Han has done?
Well, I told you, he compelled his relationship with Torrin and Beta. You know, I loved how he what he talked about.
But right there, I'm like, I disagree because it was a terrible plan. They walk into the Mule and he's just like, fuck, we shouldn't have done this. I'm like, I don't know.
I'm not talking about the plan. I'm just talking about the initial plan, just to get in, you know, to utilize them and to smartly put it on the trade. It never became an actual thing. There's nothing actually ever came of it, but to go to Torrin to use their influence was a smart way to get into something that he had no way of getting into in the original thing. Was like a cool spy master kind of thing, you know. And the way that he convinced them, the fact that he's using the fact that Torrin doesn't like the traitors. We get to learn a lot about Torrin and Beta in this scene as well. Whenever it does convince them, you know.
I thought it was a bad idea. Everything we know about that plan from the way it transpires is it was like a bad plan.
At the time that he convinced them,
he had no fucking idea.
Because there's 2 different episodes. I'm talking not the actual when they went into the ball. I'm talking about before the episode before.
In the episode before. And we thought
I liked all that.
So you thought he was cool when he convinced them, for the plan. But then when you saw the actual plan play out, it was like, bro, they literally walked into the club and were like, "This was a mistake." I was
Again,
like, "Oh no!"
You're talking about something that I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about the party. Not talking about thing. I'm talking about the moment where he talks to Torrin and Beta, and he says, "Are you listening to the people that are screaming out? Are you understanding what's actually happening here?" The way that he's actually compelling, and he seems to be in whether he actually believes it or not. That was an interesting method for him to use that, and I thought it was very effective. And I kind of believed him that he would be for people and to convince these influencer rich people to be on their side, and also seemed like a good idea to get into something in as quick of a turnaround as he could to put himself on the side, and again to use the traitors. Whereas there's a whole lot going on there that I felt the initial idea of it, not the actual when they got into the party, I didn't think he was just going to walk up to them. I thought there was going to be some sort of other spycraft things happening, that they would gather some sort of information. I didn't expect that to happen, but just to get there, it's it was a good plan to start off with. And then it just kind of was interestingly okay, well, that was it. We're just talking about different things. I'm not going to convince you. I just wanted to say why I like him, but it seems like it's not, it doesn't help you. I was answering your question to say why I liked him, and it doesn't help you in any way, that it doesn't convince you that I like him. I'm sorry, but I do. I guess we disagree on like where we are on the Han
you can
character.
still like him. That's okay.
But that's all I'm saying is like I do
like
like him, and I'm just saying there's reasons.
For me, it's very hard to separate like his like convincing Tauren and Beta that they should care about the general public, which is noble and cool, with being like and separating that from like, so here's what we're gonna do. Like, here's a way we can make this right. And then his plan is shit. I'm like, oh.
I mean, that to
right,
me is less the character and more the writers. The writers keep continually write bad plans for this like one character where like it feels I don't like what they have done with Han as a character. It all comes back down to the fact that like what's going on now is I definitely like I feel you. I don't like Foundation 2 and I don't know what's going on. That what they've done with these characters that I did previously like, that they would put them in a situation where it's like you think that your skills would come in super, super handy and they continually drop the ball and don't do anything with it. And it's really, really frustrating. And they just allow these things to happen. And it feels like we're getting stupider and stupider and allowing things to happen. And I don't understand. I don't agree that I agree that they are not likable now and not doing great. But I think there was a point where I was on their side and now I have no idea what the purpose of these characters are, because it feels like the things that we set up, the potential that we set up for Han in these situations is just not like coming to pass. Like nothing's happening here.
Yeah.
He's literally done nothing this entire season.
I agree.
And I thought, at first there was like a lot, like when we get a speeder chase with him at the beginning, we see how capable he is and how charismatic he is and like how cool he is, like there was a whole lot going for him, and that he's on the side for like the right people.
Yeah.
I was ready to be on his side the same way we talked about it with Hober Mallow.
Yeah.
There's something there, but hasn't done anything.
I hear that.
So it's just frustrating. It's frustrating that these characters that I liked are losing their potential. So, but yeah, we can move on to Harry, I guess.
Yeah.
This is the last thing that happens is they go to Harry to get them into the Mule's things. He just allows.
Yeah.
And he doesn't allow. She was always going to be able to go in there, but the vault's open already.
Totally.
I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
There's only real one thing that I want to talk about this scene. I need to backtrack really quick. What's the name of this episode again?
Something about like the path that chooses us.
Yeah. I can get why the episode is some sort of path that chooses us thing or whatever. I think it's fucking weird that we close with Harry fucking Seldon's AI having a conversation, being like, put me into a fucking body again.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Put me into a body. And the last episode, or the 2 episodes ago, was the one that was called Skin in the Game, which is the literally exact phrase in season 2 that Gaal's daughter, what's her name? Salvor uses.
Yeah.
When Harry's like, why the fuck would she put me in a body? She's like, I want you to have skin in the game. Right? When did there be stakes for you? I think it's so fucking weird.
That's the name of the last episode too.
Yeah. I think it's so weird that that's the fucking last episode. And that this is the episode where AI Harry Seldon is like, put me in a body again. And this episode isn't called Skin in the Game.
It's interesting. Yeah.
Taking a step further.
Yeah.
I think it's horrifying.
Oh yeah.
The whole like put me in a body, I'm trying to get into the physical realm thing. I'm like, right. I have been distrustful of AI and robots and the fucking commuter shit this whole time. But I've kind of tried patiently to be like, maybe it's worthwhile. In this world, I shouldn't be distrustful or whatever. I'm like, no, fuck this. We have no reason to trust this AI.
Yeah.
He's literally thinking of himself.
Yeah.
If he was some altruistic, perfectly fucking, oh, I'm just here to try and like do whatever's best for humanity, why the fuck would he care if he's in a body or not?
Yeah.
It's so scary. And I don't even think the show acknowledges how fucking scary it is. But I'm like,
No.
that shit is like, oh, 1000%. If a robot is asking me to like put me in a body, I'm like, oh, you know what the last thing I want to do is put you in a fucking body.
Yeah.
It's so ominous. It's so scary, especially also when it's like, it's already happened. This AI has already been rebodyified and exists. Exists.
Well, the other one wasn't an AI. It was just the memory. I don't know. It's so confusing.
It's the same shit though.
Kind of. He mentions a lot about like how he was made and like what his thing is, you know? And I think maybe, yeah, it's ominous. I'm not disagreeing with you. It's very
dangerous,
ominous. But like,
dude.
it's also like, I mean, we talked about like how like this AI Hollow Harry, whatever we're calling him, is like, I was saying like how it felt a little bit evilish last week whenever he was talking to the Mule. I'm like, this is interesting. We're setting up something, and I don't think like Gaal is picking up on it. And Gaal and Han, like he sees Harry and is so confused because, and she mentions like this Harry thinks he's alive. The other Harry's. I don't know what is it. Then when Han sees Harry, she's like, "Don't say anything." Like he thinks he's alive.
Yeah.
Right.
And also, he doesn't know shit.
Yeah. It's very ominous that they're one, keeping things from him, and like two, not only just like the body thing kind of just come up in like the course of conversation, it comes up as an ultimatum. Right? It's like, I will help you if you do this. So that leads me to believe, okay, so you're going to ask for a body or else what, Harry? What happens if they don't give you that? And so that to me is like the interesting thing. The fact that it is given as like some sort of like trade situation. Like, well, you know, I can help you, but like only if you do this for me. You know, that doesn't seem great because the moment you pause it as an option, it's like, and they don't give you what you want, then what are you going to do? You know? So yeah, I think the ominous thing is kind of there. No one else is picking up on it, but maybe she picked on it because she's sure to tell Han like, hey, don't give up too much information. You know, so yes, the show hasn't really settled on anything there, but I do think it is supposed to feel ominous. I think the point is that it's supposed to be, you know, and scary and whatever. And I'm not liking the direction it's going. I don't know what the direction is going, but I'm not liking the direction it's going.
Not liking it in like a bad story way, or not liking it in like a it makes me scared way?
Yeah, scared. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that and that.
Because I think it's like stepping outside of the way it makes me feel. I'm oh, this is cool sci-fi shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, I hope we all understand how horrible this is.
Yeah.
AIs wanting bodies is like fuck right off for me.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about, we kind of talked a lot about this with Demerzel, and I totally forgot I had written this down, but do you want to talk about like why Harry gave Demerzel the Prime Radiant and what they talk about here?
Oh, yeah, that was interesting.
That it was all noise, that it was just to give them to like have something to think about. It was kind of almost like self-destructive in a way. And he calls it a paradox bomb.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what you talked about earlier, the paradox,
100%.
right? We talked about like how like all these things that she was dealing with, all these like paradoxes, but you know, that it is clear now, like why she wasn't able to notice the Novecula being built in the first place, that she was so distracted by all of these new choices and all these kind of things. Harry did essentially do that. This Hollow Harry essentially did do that and admits like it was all just supposed to be a thing to screw up.
Yeah.
And in that sense, do you think he's trying to help Demerzel or hurt Demerzel in terms of like hurting Empire or whatever, you know, like what do you think that is? Because it seems like it was supposed to help Foundation, but we talked about, maybe you mentioned it, I think in a previous episode, that you thought Harry might be trying to free and why he gave her the Prime Radiant. And I think he almost kind of essentially admits to that in a way here.
Yeah.
Is that not what I thought you said that before, if I recall correctly.
I think that Harry's sincere when he says that he was trying to throw her a million red herrings. You know what I mean? That he's trying to like make the math too complicated for the robot by showing her truly all the options. I think it's sincere.
You don't think he was trying to awaken a robot?
Not anymore. No, I don't think so.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Because maybe he is. Do you need a robot when you have a Harry, a hollow Harry that's in intelligence? Which one is more like what? Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting. Yeah.
I mean,
I think there's a possibility that he was always trying to awaken her and without us or her knowing, you know.
I wouldn't fight you on. I wouldn't fight you on that.
Yeah.
I will say
I do love the idea of a paradox bomb.
Yeah,
you know,
totally. In talking about the paradox bomb, I gotta say, I almost brought this up last week, and I was like, no. And now that like it's become a theme, like with like the show directly saying like Harry gave Demerzel another prime radiant so that she would be like overwhelmed with options and like maybe like get to the point where it's too complicated to calculate futures and stuff like that. Here we go. It's really similar to an episode of Rick and Morty. There's an episode. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I was probably, a couple bong rips deep or whatever when I watched it. But basically where like Morty is given the ability to see the future. But what ends up practically happening because of that is that like he's literally looking at people and like trying to say the thing that will lead to the outcome that he wants the most, because he's simultaneously looking at a human being, talking to them while having these visions of what's going to come. And so instead of being able to be present and speak with them, he's like, hey, friend, are you not going to, and like has this like way of like crawling through a sentence to not fuck up the distant future that he sees coming or doing things to drastically, and it feels very similar to this where it's like, giving Demerzel the prime radiant basically makes her have to do this calculus of all these possible realities that she's now seen because of this tool that seems like it's helpful. But really it's like, no, we're giving Demerzel decision paralysis. we're like forcing her to look, like she's saying in this episode, at all the paths, at all the variables and all the possibilities. And that means that she's going to be ineffective.
Yes, potentially. It's just noise, right?
Yeah.
Is what they said. It's just noise.
Yeah.
It literally is.
Good episode of Rick and Morty, by the way.
Yeah. And which in one way shows that, which in one way is like disappointing because it seems like that Demerzel has not, no matter what she's done, it wouldn't have mattered, because she thought she was doing some things to further the genetic dynasty and using the prime radiant, that she actually had some control over the certain situations. And here Harry's saying is like, no, she never did. And it was never a problem or whatever. It's like, oh, man, that sucks. That sucks for our robot friend, which we were learning to love or whatever. Like, or he didn't even know what could happen, and that the fact that she would be able to read it and that she would be able to utilize it and that it would awaken something that he never thought would be able to like actually like give her that, like even he couldn't have foreseen some of the things that she did, which does give her the ability and the choice and the free will to have like actually mattered and change things. And I'm not sure which one is true, right? Either I guess it could be one or the other. That in that sense until we're sure,
Yeah.
But when at first he says it, it's almost like for us as an audience, he's like, yeah, no, all of that stuff, all the things that they cared about and all the things that Empire and Demerzel and that she was telling them, and for them to try and understand like how do we full on our dynasty and all this kind of stuff and keep everything going, like that was all. It was nothing. It was never going to give them like anything. It was nothing. It's like, wow, to tell us, that's something that because we like Empire. It's to a certain extent. We like the characters, whatever, right? It mattered so much to them the past however many years that she's had this prime rating. It mattered so much to her. It's like awakened a lot of things. And to be like, nope, that's nothing. That's just noise. That would be devastating. That's devastating for me to hear, you know? And I would hate to think that like, no, Demerzel has been like messing around with something. I don't know. We like her as a character and the actress and what she's doing and stuff. And as much as I know we don't like the thought of like robots, you know, being more human, I guess, it does feel like if you've just been playing in a sandbox and building castles that are just going to fall because it really never mattered anyway. And you've been wasting your time with all of these sandcastles.
Yeah.
That does kind of suck to hear, you know, for characters that you're like kind of rooting for, you know? So I don't know. It doesn't make Harry like a great guy. Again, we said that, you know.
I like Harry.
But it is.
I like him less and less every episode. From episodes 1, season 1. Like,
yeah. Again, this Harry, I will say, we're fine with the other Harry, which was trying to do good things, you know, for humanity. But he went off to, you know, a utopia of robots, I guess. I don't fucking know.
I mean, we really don't fucking know.
Yeah. But this Harry is very not. He's skewing more and more like evil, like every day. Like that is an evil thing to give someone something that's just like, this is important. This could change the course of humanity, and then be like, nope, it's just a toy for kids that you put a little triangle in like the triangle hole, and you put a little square in the square hole, and that's all it is.
It's a television.
You know? Yeah, right.
It's just a TV.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, that was just keeping them busy.
I told you it was going to educate you. No. It's just fucking basic cable.
Yeah.
Mind rot, idiots.
Yeah.
You just watched fucking CNN or ABC or Fox News for 18 years. No. There's not fucking education. It's just kept your fucking attention. It's provided you with no fucking knowledge or information. It's just overwhelmed you with all the possibilities. That's exactly what it is. It's a fucking boob tube.
The greatest weapon ever made.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Fox News. Okay. I think on that note, Morgan.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit more there than I expected, but yeah.
Sure.
Wow. What an episode.
Yeah.
What an episode this has been. Over 3 hours so far.
We're cranking, dude.
I don't even know what we talked about, to be completely honest. It's probably more rambly. I'm sorry, everyone. Probably because I had no real clear notes. No real understanding of what I wanted to talk about until we talked about it. So that's probably why it was so rambly.
I felt like we covered good stuff.
But that was great. Speculation corner. For real this time, Morgan. You kept trying to dip your toes in there. And I kept trying to say, no, save it for the actual corner.
Times. Yeah.
There's 4 corners in a room, Maureen. You kept going to every other corner.
I may have touched them all.
The real speculation corner is here now. Any speculation for next week? What happens? Do we mention Cleon the 23rd is going to die?
Off the top
Dusk?
of my head, I think Dusk is dead by the end of the episode.
What happens with Dawn?
I don't think he goes by Ascension, but I think he's done. I think Dawn, I hadn't thought about this, but my guess, I think he's going to get somehow folded into Foundation.
Okay.
I think that because he just watched what happened with Dusk and knows that the Mule is evil. And even though he resents Gaal, I think he might find another, I think Beta might be able to lure him into.
What about Day?
The good guy says, I think he's going to bring that robot fucking face into the center of the palace in Trantor, and it's going to unlock Demerzel in a scary way. And
he's dead too? Probably?
No, I don't think he's dead.
Because we can't lose Lee Pace, right?
No. We can never lose Lee Pace. No,
he will always be here.
I think that it will unlock something powerful in Demerzel. That's going to be our season cliffhanger. That it's like, oh, she's robot unbound now. I think.
Who is the Mule And Magnifico, if we're being completely honest. Who are they going to kill? I think Han's dead. I think Torin has the possibility of death.
I could see Gaal dying.
I can't because she still has to be there on Trantor whenever the Mule eventually, which is not happening this next week. So I think that's still the future thing still has to come true. I don't see Gaal dying.
I think that could be the whole point, though, is that
she dies a resurrection thing?
That or die before it happens, and so we know the prophecy is not a truth. That was just one potential reality.
Cool. I mean, yeah, I'll take it, but I don't believe that's going to happen.
Bummer.
I think Han does. I think Han.
Yeah.
I think Han.
I think Han is more likely. I agree.
I think Han mostly because if Gaal has to see the error of her ways, it has to be someone that she loves and that kind of thing. That's what it's going to be. I'm going to feel bad when Torin dies because unfortunately,
I don't think.
major players have to be removed. And I know speculation shouldn't all be just character deaths, but at the same time, they're just not going to walk into the Mule's thing and Magnifico, a spy, whether he's being controlled or not, is he's there with you guys. How are you not going to, how is he not going to know you're coming? This is not going to go good for them.
I mean, Mallows do die at the end of seasons.
No, Hobart didn't die. Did we see him die? Did he die?
Oh, we very much did. He was on a ship.
I thought he kept living.
No.
I thought that's how his legacy kept going.
No, he was on a ship with our favorite actor.
Yeah, Ben Daniels.
As the
so
the
lost.
ship
I should have rewatched Foundation
careened into New Terminus and crashed.
Yeah, maybe.
No, they died. Remember, they had that amazing bottle of wine that he was just well, this is the time to drink it since we're gonna die, and then they fucking drank it and they were like, it's shit.
Or they're on that other galaxy,
or they're still alive.
Far in the future. We're not gonna get spacers.
No, I'm sorry.
Unfortunately.
Oh, wait, but Mattias.
Will, I know what you're going to ask me.
And I think I need to. Are we going to get swashbuckling or not?
My heart says yes, but my mind resoundingly says it's not going to happen.
Get out of here. I sincerely think we are going to get swashbuckling.
There is one thing in the trailers that I know is going to happen, that when it happens will be swashbuckling-esque. But because it's coming from a character that we have not liked this season, it's probably not going to have the same feeling that we want. The grand old feeling of adventure and swashbuckling.
Yeah. I think we're going to get some swashbuckling.
I'd rather set my bar low.
Yeah.
And the expectations to be surpassed. Be
surprised. Cool.
And then we'll see. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of speculation. We've already speculated a lot throughout the episode. Who knows what's going to happen? I have no idea. Honestly, to be fair, there's not a whole lot. There's a lot of surprises that could happen. There's a lot of ways that they could go. The fact that I can't predict necessarily what's going to happen.
I mean, the fact that they blew
up is pretty good.
The fact that they blew up 3 planets this episode.
Hey, I really thought that was going to be an end of the episode thing.
It means that I think we are far less able to predict what happens this episode.
Yeah,
which is a good thing. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crush of the episode, Morgan. No, we haven't had time to think about it. No, we haven't had time to really, fall in love with anyone. But if anyone has ingratiated themselves to you at all this episode, who would it be? I bet you'll be surprised by my answer. But go ahead.
I have a hot, ugly take.
Okay.
That I think you might be surprised by too. I also think it might be the same answer as me.
Oh no.
It's Dusk.
Absolutely. Is 100%. It Dusk?
100%.
Because I'll be honest, if anyone did a cool thing this week and also, not a thing, let's be honest. Yeah. Genocide, not great.
You heard it here first.
Not a good thing. Codependent Content does not agree with genocide.
But hey, for real, like, yes, he did. He's the bad man. He's the awful villain of the episode. But from an entertainment, we're talking about a TV show perspective, he made shit happen.
He is 100% true to the character that we have understood him to fucking be. And he does it 100% in the most Cleon way that he could.
1000% agree. But
What the
also,
fuck?
And also,
Yes.
have we not been frustrated the last 2 episodes with like not enough happening, with teasing of things and then things happening? Dude, Dusk fucking delivered this episode.
Yes.
He pressed the red button 3 fucking times. Like, yeah, he's going for it, dude.
Well, that
I'm with
scientist.
you.
I didn't
I'm
get to
with
see
you.
that scientist's face when the things exploded, unfortunately, but I was really imagining it because he said he told the scientist to kill those things, and I didn't.
No, you know he was giddy.
You know, he was
best day of his life. For
I
sure.
have delivered you death.
And now I get to do it 3 times.
No, one thing I completely skipped over, and I'm glad we both chose Dusk, because that fucking line of all lines, I will not bow to an usurper. Absolutely. If I wasn't turned on before, I absolutely am now, because that guy, he's got some what's
Big
the word? So,
big balls.
Determination, you know, some conviction,
Gusto,
you know,
gumption.
Dusk knows what he wants and he fucking takes it. I still hate him, but yes, biggest crush of the episode. And again, if you're new to the podcast, our crush of the episode is IE, who won the episode. Yeah. But, overwhelmingly, Dusk has done it.
Yeah, look, I mean, Dusk deserves to die in a fire.
I cannot wait for him to get what he deserves.
But man, he won the episode.
Terrence Mann. I mean, to be completely honest, like Terrence Mann getting to do what he did as well. Great for him. Yeah. Just so good. Some of those lines he was fucking relishing, especially, what was it, Morgan? Say it again.
Don't fuck with Empire.
Are
you fucking kidding me,
with
bro?
Empire.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Like, dude, yes. Let's go, dude.
Oh, take that, Star Wars.
Yeah, dude. Awesome.
I'm sorry. That's a dig at the fact that I'm pretty sure in Andor there, you know, what's her name at the end of her speech is supposed to say "fuck the Empire," and then they changed it to say something else. You know, so I was like, nope, this is a different show. Not your grandmother's Star Wars, I guess, kind of thing.
They're dropping F-bombs this episode.
I fucking loved it. I mean, what a way to go out, Dusk. If anything, I applaud you. And you're our crush of the episode. We'll get you a plaque. Thank you, Morgan, for this thrilling talk about everything. Yeah. I have a lot of work ahead of me editing this episode.
Yikes.
Hopefully we get this out at a reasonable time. We'll see. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Again, if you disagree, if you agree, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, critiques, analytical things, whatever about this episode,
if you want to get
about the coming episode,
corner,
what do you think's going to happen next episode? Please give us all your thoughts. Now's your chance that we might be able to bring it up next week before our final episode about Foundation. Email us, codependentcontent@gmail.com, comment on TikTok, DM me, do whatever the fuck you want. As long as you're not a misogynist.
Heard.
And with that, I'll see you guys next week. And I'll see you next week.
Thanks for coming, y'all.
And goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Codependent Content. For updates, you can follow us on social media. And if you ever want to see a video version of this podcast, feel free to check us out on YouTube or Spotify. If you have any questions or simply want to tell us about something we missed, you can email us at codependentcontent@gmail.com. Or just leave a comment on TikTok and we'll get back to you. Links to all our accounts, where to contact us, or other ways to support will be in the description or show notes. We're glad you're here and working through your traumas with us. Remember, when you're lost in the darkness, search for the light. live long and prosper, and may the force be with you. Until the next session, cowabunga, dudes.